Welcome back to the kingdom of the apostate ape, where we debate Christians up in here. All the time, every day. This is actually day 38 in a row of my stream. Excuse me. The old throat strings don't want to work great today. I had to get me a drink of chocolate milk. Anyway, welcome through. If it's your first time, I'm sure people will start piling in any minute here. We just fired up the old TikTok again today for day number 38 in a row of debating Christians. And this is the channel where you can watch an undereducated hick from Alabama perform an intellectual takedown of the Christian faith, doctrine, and logic. It's pretty fun. And I do it for y'all's entertainment. And also to try to talk people out of this scam over religion. Because its ideologies are quite dangerous. And we demonstrate that every day. What's up, David? What's going on? Good morning, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Wildflower, good morning. Jennifer, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Morning, morning, morning. Outrageous, what's up? My man right there. What is going on, y'all? Thank you for the heart. Y'all get me started right this morning. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm sure we're in for another amazing day of debates. Greatest argument against Christianity? Against Christianity, that Jesus fulfills zero prophecy. He is no Messiah. This is my best argument, I think. That's what I be running all the time up here. Jesus fulfills zero prophecy stays on the board. That's my favorite. Isaiah 53 is about Israel. You can tell that from the first two sentences in Isaiah 53, but it's also prefaced in chapter 52 as well. That's where the servant song actually starts. And it tells you, like, what's going on there. Like, it prefaces chapter 53, so you know it's about Israel. Not to mention, it says 8 or 9 times explicitly that the servant who is suffering is Israel and not a Messiah. Well, got people requesting up already, but not on purpose, I don't think. So, just got her fired up today. No doubt the Daniel 5th kingdom. I don't think there is a 5th kingdom in Daniel. There's only a 4th one as far as I know. The 4th and final kingdom. It was actually a subject yesterday for a moment. It's pretty interesting. Son of man. Son of not man. I don't know. All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Y'all please tap that screen. Get us pushing out into the world right this morning. We need some actual good debates up in here. And not the crazy people. I got a little scared this morning. I was arguing with a Christian on Facebook. They told me I was going to go to hell if I didn't change my ways. That was really scary, so it really made me consider everything and reevaluate, because that sounds really scary, to go to hell. I've never heard that before. Ready for the show? Well, hopefully you'll get one again today. I will. Yeah, scary, man. Scary. That's real scary. That's a story designed to scare simpletons and young children, which I'm sure has achieved its aim, because it scared the living shit out of me as a child. Big Perm, what's up? I mean, Big Worm, what's going on, buddy? Gotta love that name. Equilibrium, if you requested up on purpose to debate, give me just, I don't know, maybe like 2 more minutes hang out. 2 or 3 more minutes tops. Let a few more people roll in here. I just got it turned on for the day, but if you're here on purpose and you are a Christian who wants to debate, hang out just for another couple minutes. Let's let some folks roll up in here and we'll get the day started. Oh, okay. guess he requested on accident if he's got to leave after a minute. Yep, just getting started for the day. Been an atheist for a while, though. Rook, what's happening, dog? It's my man right there. Rick sits at the right hand of the apostate ape. Bro, you're on your live every day. Do you live your life? I'm living my life right now. That's why I do these in the morning, so I get them out the way, and still got the whole rest of the day to actually work, hang out with the fam, all that shit. Yeah, I do them every day, at least for now. While I'm feeling good, while I'm prepped and practicing. It's my 38th day in a freaking row right now. 38th day in a row. Usually I got somebody in the queue waiting by now too, which we've already had several people actually, but nobody's actually waiting there. So need a first guest up in here today. Thank you, Wildflower. I appreciate it. Y'all please tap that screen. That's what gets the live building up the folks here and pumping out into the world. It gets us the debates up in here. Thank you for the heart, Rick. I hit my elbow on that thing again. That hurts. Bring it that simple-minded. Oh, I hear you, buddy. All right, Beaver, hang out for just a minute. Give me I don't know, 1 or 2 more minutes tops if you're a Christian and you're here to debate. And we will bring you up and talk, man. That's what we do up in here. Thank you, Exodus. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I agree, Reginald. I agree. Reality. Blue Cajun, thank you. I appreciate that. Very nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate you. And good morning, everybody. Day number 38 is about to get put in the books here. Trod, what's happening, dog? About to get the day rolling here. We got 3 people right now. Beaver is first. Beaver, give me 30 more seconds or so and we'll get the show rolling. We got almost 40 people now. Trod, what's happening? I'm pretty sure I heard a talking donkey murmuring something to himself going that way. Actually, he was talking to a prophet. He was trying to talk some sense into a prophet who was writing him. He was trying to say, bitch, don't go that way. All right. As soon as I get this, I'm about to bring you up, Beaver. As soon as I get this sneeze either over with or not over with. Good morning. Yeah. All right. Let's bring up the Beeve.
Yeah, hello?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what's up, buddy? You're over 18?
Yes, I'm 19. Is my connection good?
It says it's bad, but I can hear you fine. So,
Okay.
You're a Christian, I'm assuming, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. So which one of these topics you want to debate us on today?
Yeah, I can grant all of them. They don't prove anything, right? So there's emotional ones that don't really matter at all, and then there's ones that don't derive what history is, right? So there are historical facts that we know of that fulfill no prophecies. That doesn't mean they're wrong, right? Especially for
well, if it says they fulfill them, somebody's wrong.
Well, yeah, it says that they fulfill them, but even if they don't, that doesn't matter, because that's not where
it makes them a liar if they don't.
No, it doesn't make them a liar. It makes them mistaken.
Well, it makes them wrong.
Sure.
So why
what?
believe the book that if it's wrong?
Right. What do you mean? Why believe the book if it's wrong? Right? Because according to how we derive
I've ever won, by the way.
No, it's not, because your points don't prove anything, right? You're saying why would we believe it if it's wrong when it's not wrong?
He's a narcissist and liar. It proves Jesus
that doesn't mean anything.
Zero prophecy.
Yeah, right. So
to me, I cared about those things.
Sure. Tell me which.
I assume other people do. Huh?
Yeah. Tell me which prophecy is a lie. Then go ahead.
That Jesus was born from a virgin.
Oh, really? Okay. What do you have proof for that's wrong? Go ahead and prove
Oh,
it
I've
wrong.
actually read it, and I know what the chapter's about. It doesn't even say virgin
Yeah,
in
prove
Hebrew
it
for
wrong.
starters in the actual... What?
Yeah, prove it wrong. So now I see what you're doing. You're instead of actually having evidence against it, you're just assuming it's wrong because
Yeah, yeah.
because of
No,
your naturalism.
did you hear what I said? I said I've actually read it, and I know what the context is
So
about,
what?
and I know it doesn't even say virgin.
So is your argument from silence fallacy?
Argument is that it doesn't say what the New Testament says.
Yeah,
It does,
argument from
because we can
silence
just go read it.
fallacy.
It's not silence.
Argument
We
from
can
silence
read it.
fallacy. Yeah, do you know that that's an informal fallacy in logic?
Sir, are you capable of a coherent thought?
That's an informal fallacy.
It's a fallacy that the New Testament says.
Yes,
it
that's
says
an
one thing,
informal
and when we go
fallacy.
read
It's
it,
called
it
argument
doesn't
from
say another.
silence.
It's called
Yes,
being
it's
wrong
called
in the
argument from
Bible is what
silence.
it's called.
No,
I
it's
think
called
you know what
argument from
argument
silence.
from silence is.
An argument from silence is what you're doing.
You want to read it?
Right. So are you gonna just keep being fallacious?
Here, I'll tell you what. We'll just go read it. I don't think you know what a fallacy is.
Yeah, argument
So
from silence.
Matthew,
Yes, I know what a fallacy
so
is.
Matthew is quoting Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14, right? Therefore, the Lord himself will give you a sign. Look, the young woman is with child and shall bear a son and shall name him Emmanuel. So where'd that say virgin at?
Yeah, argument from silence. Yeah, that doesn't mean that it's a prophecy that it'll be a virgin birth. So what are you talking about?
Matthew
Where
says
does it say?
What are you
just
talking
disproved
about?
yourself because you said it doesn't even have to be a prophecy. Yeah, why does it have to be named? That's a verbatim fallacy. That's a verbatim fallacy. Yes, I'm okay because I'm pointing out all your fallacies. It's a verbatim and argument from silence.
A verbatim.
I responded to you by pointing out your fallacies.
Verbatim. Matthew says this says virgin, and verbatim.
It's a verbatim fallacy.
That's called a contradiction and a lie.
Yeah, that's called a verbatim fallacy. Like you don't even like your arguments are incoherent because you keep committing informal fallacies.
Okay. So why don't you give me
silence?
what a real fallacy is here? What is I? He fucking right. He might not even have been serious, y'all. I don't know about that one. That was mind-numbingly dumb, even for mind-numbingly dumb people that I talk to all the time. No way he was serious. I don't think he was. Christians, I won't let that reflect on you. All right, y'all, please keep tapping that screen. And we're going to keep trying to get some Christians to debate in here. What? Knowledge. All right, well, I appreciate y'all. That was, it's not Hershey's, but it is chocolate milk. I agree, Phil. The runaway fallacy. It was the fallacy of hollering shit that makes no sense. You was the hollering, doing the hollering fallacy there, buddy. Well, let's try another one here. Maybe we can get some Christians with coherent thoughts in here. Knowledge, are you there?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Are you a Christian?
I'll believe. I'll take that. I'll choose to be a Christian. Are we having a debate? I'll be a Christian.
What are you talking? Are you a Christian or not?
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian.
Yeah.
Are you lying?
Not necessarily, because I'm spiritual.
You sound like you're lying.
Well, if I would say that I'm spiritual, would you still consider me as a Christian?
No, I would consider you spiritual. A Christian is somebody who follows Christ.
Well, I do follow Christ spiritually.
Oh, okay, see.
As above, so below. I believe that God is a spirit.
And you believe the Bible's like all true and stuff?
Not all true, no. I believe that allegories can't all be true.
Okay. So you are a Christian.
Yes, sir.
And you believe in the God of the Bible?
Yes, sir.
All right. It sounds like you're lying still, but go ahead and pick out one of these topics to debate us on.
I could definitely back it up.
Okay.
Just bear with me.
All right. So which topic you want to debate us on here today?
I got to choose from topic.
No.
It says, debate a former Christian. God is an unjust narcissist and liar. Jesus fulfills zero prophecy. Christians don't actually follow Jesus, this is what I'm supposed to be discussing with you, correct?
Yeah, you can pick one of those
Okay,
topics
cool.
to debate me on. Yeah.
All right, got you. Well, I didn't have a multiple choice. I was just reading run-on sentences. I would say that don't actually follow Christians don't actually follow Jesus. Well, I wouldn't agree with that. I think that Christianity is based off the cornerstone of Jesus. Jesus is the cornerstone of Christianity, I would say.
I mean, they don't follow what Jesus actually told them to do, is what I mean by that.
Well, not everybody is going to be a good person or be a law-abiding citizen, but I'm pretty sure we have.
Or do what Jesus told them to do to get to heaven. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, we still have some Christians that follow what he said. Not all is going to follow.
Do you?
No, those would be called unbelievers, if I may say.
Oh.
So I do
So do you follow
say
what
that
Jesus said to do?
Christians do actually follow, Jesus. I say that they do.
So do you say that you do?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So you sold all your shit? You don't own anything? You just follow Jesus?
I haven't sold everything yet, but I don't really have anything to
Oh.
sell. I don't have no property.
Oh.
Like I do have myself. That's
Do
the
you
only
pray
thing
to
I can say
Jesus?
that I do have. But as far as property goes, like materialistic things, I do not acquire these things.
Oh, that's cool. So do you pray to Jesus?
No, I don't pray to Jesus. I pray to the Most High.
Oh, okay.
That would
You
be
do
the
it in
Father.
public?
What was the question?
Do you do it in public?
Absolutely not. That's weird.
Oh, okay.
Imagine
weird.
seeing someone on their knees just talking to themselves.
All right, you're not. I appreciate you coming up, buddy, but you're not. You're not striking me as a Christian. I don't think there's much time and much point wasting much more time on that. Can't be right. All right. Well, we'll try the next one, I guess. Chaotic, are you there? Chaotic? Scribbles? There?
Sorry, that was an accident.
Yeah, no problem. I'll drop you back, buddy. Oh, okay. Chris Young. This must be the singer, Chris Young. Or it's nobody. Yeah, there's lots of ex-Christians. You should read your book. Not that it matters. All right. Well, guess we'll keep on trying. Thor is not there. Uh-oh. Still heading to Eternal Hill, I see. Still using that tired-ass boogeyman story to scare people into believing your religion. I've been told I'm going to hell like 4 times today, just this morning by Christians. You're going to hell. It's kind of scary. I mean, maybe the 50th, 1000th time I've heard that'll be the time that scares me into believing a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, that's not true, Mike. You should read your book sometime. I know you all think that because you never read your book, but your book says different, so. Not that you'll believe it if you actually even read it anyway. Do I look like I'm laughing? Your little silly stories aren't funny and they don't scare me. Shouldn't scare anybody but simpletons and small children. I say it all the time. Unless you can explain to me why I should be scared, that'd be neat. All right, here we go. What? Here we go. Eric, you there?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? Are you over 18?
Hey, yes, I am.
Cool. Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. So which one of these topics do you want to debate us on today?
You know, I want Can you read the top? I can't see that. I can't see it. I see a
Oh, my
little bit.
bad. Yeah, I got you. It says God is an unjust narcissist and liar. Jesus fulfills zero prophecy, and Christians don't actually follow Jesus. Is the three topics for today.
Oh, okay, okay. I don't know how to respond to that. Why do you
Just
believe
pick one that you think's the craziest, and I'll explain why I think that.
all of them? Please
Well,
explain
just
to me.
pick one, though.
All of them. You pick
All of
one.
them.
You tell me why.
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll start with the first one. How about that? God is an unjust narcissist and liar. So I say God is an unjust narcissist and liar because I say he's a narcissist because he's overly self-centered and has an inflated sense of importance to himself. And I say that because he makes people suffer for his own glory. He makes people for his own glory, and he controls people for his own glory. It says this verbatim all through the scriptures. And he says lies, so that's why I call him a liar.
That's I can't argue with that. Okay. What's the next one?
So you think God is an unjust narcissist and liar?
I don't, but I want to continue with this because this is a good conversation.
You didn't disagree with me, though.
I didn't, but I have some feedback. But I'm going to continue.
Well, give me some feedback.
No. Continue with
okay.
with that.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming up. This is a debate stage, though. Christians coming up here and agreeing with me is not exactly what we're looking for. Thanks for losing the debate faster than I've ever won a debate, though. All right. I read a few of these. I saw a ton of comments coming through there. I don't think it's a mental illness. I had if it was a if Christianity is a mental illness, then I had it till I was nearly 30 years old. I don't think you can just like change your mind and not be mentally ill anymore. That's why I think that's a unfair misdiagnosis. Where are we at? Quest for Jerusalem said, I'm just looking for attention. It's a fair observation. It's wrong, but it's a fair observation. Eric, why are you requesting back up, man? You're not here to debate. This is a debate thing. Debate a former Christian. All right. Oh, now I can agree with that, Dr. Fax, but I wouldn't classify it as a mental illness for sure. All right. Show starting something here. We got Quest for Jerusalem's in the queue. Yeah, buddy, welcome back.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Good morning. So which topic you want to try to get us on today?
Well, my thing is, what are you trying to prove with this stream that you do practically every day?
I'm trying to show people that their beliefs are nonsense, like I realized when I was a Christian.
Okay. So as you and I had a brief conversation before, I shared with you that the Messiah of the New Testament never taught Christianity.
Okay.
So that right there should have been a red flag and should cause you to say, well, maybe I was deceived.
I was deceived into being a Christian. I got out of it, though.
As I was deceived when I followed Christianity. There were many.
So we agree, Christianity is bad.
Yes, but it doesn't mean that the book is you are to throw the book out with the bathwater, per se.
I didn't. I threw Christianity out with that part, but the whole Bible's wrong too, even the Old Testament.
Well, I mean, I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt, your understanding of it is flawed.
Okay,
the Bible is a spiritual book. Well, the Creator shares.
I don't agree with you. Prove it's spiritual. Where does it say this is an all spiritual book?
Okay, go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 24.
And it's going to say this is a spiritual book, meant to be taken all spiritually.
The Most High tells us how He operates. Okay, and you could get Isaiah 11 and 2. Go to Isaiah 11.
Isaiah 11.
Isaiah 11 and 2.
What do you think Isaiah 11's about?
Okay, the Creator's going to let you know that he operates by a spirit of wisdom. Yeah, matter of fact, just read it.
I've read Isaiah 11 before. I know exactly what it's about. And I don't think it's about
Okay,
a spiritual journey.
So when you read the book before, do you believe that God's spirit was placed inside of you?
No, I think God's imaginary.
So that
And either
means
way,
you
I
didn't
don't
follow-
want this God spirit in me
you
because
had-
this God is a narcissistic,
that's-
unjust
so that's
psychopath.
hypocrisy. Once again, that's exposing.
I can barely
that
understand you, man. Your signal's really bad or something.
Okay, I says, so then that validates that you're a hypocrite once again. Because the other day you said you have faith. Faith in what? You
I
see
don't
the
think you
problem
listen to me
here?
at all. Yeah, the problem is you don't listen.
Okay, so what do you have faith in?
Nothing. I said faith is a horrible reason to believe anything, is what I said.
No, you said you had faith that day. I said you have faith, but you're an atheist. That's hypocrisy. But
Wow,
anyway, I got
okay.
my understanding of why you do this. Okay,
All right, well, just prove your God exists before I even take this book seriously. Go ahead and demonstrate that.
okay. Well, I know my Creator exists because there are two spirits that are battling in this world.
So you're trying to prove
One
God
from
by
a
saying you
righteous-
believe in two spirits, right?
You asked me to prove that my Creator
Well, that's
exists.
not
I'm
proof.
sharing
That's saying
with
what you believe.
I
You're not proving it.
understand.
You're telling me what you
I'm
believe
sharing
again.
with you. I'm sharing with you. I'm sharing with you. You're looking for physical signs and wonders. And this is why the children of Israel were to stay away from the Gentiles. You're proving exactly why we were
Well,
taught.
I asked you to prove it, not me. All right. Well, okay then.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, buddy? You over 18?
Yeah, I'm over 18.
Awesome. Are you a Christian?
I'm of Christ consciousness. I wouldn't call myself a Christian.
What does that mean?
I follow Christ rules and not Christian rules.
Oh, okay. Well, which one of these topics you want to debate us on today?
I don't care whichever one you want.
Pick which one you want. Which one's the most likely, if I can convince you it's true, you're going to leave Christianity? Or Christ consciousness, whatever it is?
It ain't happening, but
Oh, like you got like a cult mentality already then.
let's say Jesus fulfills 0 prophecies.
That's a good one. Yeah, I don't think he fulfills a single one.
He doesn't.
Not that the New Testament says he does, no.
Jesus even sits and creates a prophecy of his reincarnation, being Adam reincarnated, saying, "I'll be the first and the last." That's a pretty big prophecy.
I don't think it's a prophecy at all. What prophecy are you talking about?
When Jesus came and said, "I am the first and I am the last," that was him saying, "I am Adam." If you read Jesus' genealogy, Adam is the only one in the entire genealogy called the Son of God. Everyone else is the son of a human. Even Jesus.
What are you talking about, like the genealogy Matthew gives for Jesus?
Well, Matthew, Mark, Luke. It's not even a genealogy. It's honestly a hierarchy.
Mark doesn't give a genealogy.
Well, one of them. I don't know. They're all written by the same person, right?
No. That's why they all got different names on them.
So there was somebody named Matthew, Mark, and Luke back then that did that?
No, I don't think there was, but that's the names attributed to them, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm talking about even before that. You know, they talk there. Well, what do you consider a prophecy?
A prophecy is what God says a prophecy is in Deuteronomy 18. It's a event that you can tell if it
God didn't
happens or
say
not.
that. Whoever wrote Deuteronomy said that. God didn't say that. See, that's where you're kind of confused with saying God's a liar.
Oh, so what did God actually say? Where can I see something God actually said and not just a book?
You can't find anything that God says, but you can find anything that God created. Air, light, plant life, material
How do you know
things.
that?
How do you not know that?
How do you know that?
How do you not know that?
Is this going to be the type of debate this is? You're just going to ask me the same question I'm asking you back?
Well, all I'm asking you is to prove to me it wasn't made by man. So what made it and created it? Did
You're
a
the one
squirrel
saying
jump?
a
Did a
God made
squirrel
it. I
jump
didn't
out of
say
a?
anything made anything.
Did the squirrel
I'm
jump out of
asking
a
you to
tree and make
validate
a
your
sun?
own words here.
I'm valid. I want you to prove where God lied, because you're talking about a book a man wrote in a quote in a verse, not something God said. Because
Okay, so is there a book that a God wrote by chance?
no, there's books that people that have God within them help try to verbalize to help people in their
so
steps in
the
life.
Bible's a big old lie. Why do you actually build your doctrine off of then?
Because it has strengthened every relationship I have in my life with my parents, my kids, my girlfriends, my enemies, my co-workers to make
So you
my
believe
life.
in God because it helped your relationship
I don't
with
believe in
other
the
humans,
word
right?
God because that's a Christian word. I believe in the maker of things. Like God's a program. Like you
Or like
still call,
the
like
Matrix or something?
it tells me a lot when you still call God a him, because you picture it being sex. It has a sexual organ. So you have that
Oh,
tells me
we
where
moved
your
past
spec.
that now. We're like into a computer chip
Well,
God.
no, well, maybe if that. I mean, if that's what you think it is.
I don't
Like,
think God's anything.
like,
This is what you think, apparently. We're discussing your insane belief here.
well, no, my belief is you're only here trying to mess with people's energy and pull them out of their area of life.
Yeah, if
That's
they
what I
request
find.
to be up here. I'm not
So,
pulling
so,
random people out of crowds up here on a debate stage. You actually requested to be here. You
well,
realize that, right?
I did. Because
No.
I wanted to see what you had to offer. I wanted to see if you had actually any common sense or if you were just trolling people.
I'm trying to read the Bible, but if you don't believe the Bible, but you believe the God of the Bible, I have no
You're
idea how you
so
got there. And I
if
certainly
you're
don't
if you're
understand how
try,
you think the God of the Bible is some sort of program.
so have you read the book of Jashar?
No.
You have?
No.
Okay. What does Joshua 10:13 say? Like
Joshua
it?
10:13.
Yeah, that's like the fifth
You
book in
mean
the
the book
Bible.
written by man? Is that what you're talking about?
But it's
What difference does it make? It's just a bunch of lies a bunch of dudes wrote.
right. But
Right?
there's meat that you can take from things, right? That help you in your experiences in life with wisdom to understand how things unfold to make life a little easier, right?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, it says you can have slaves and stuff. Do you think that makes your life easier?
I don't know.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you? I don't know. I
No,
don't
I
think
think it's
about.
absolutely evil to own another person as property.
I don't think that anybody's owned in this world anymore. I don't even know why that's on your mind.
Well, because it's in the Bible.
Really?
Yeah.
So everything in the Bible's factual, right?
No.
Then why are you reading the Bible and talking about the Bible?
Because a lot of people do think it's factual, and I'm trying to show them that it's not.
It's
But if
not.
you already agree with me, I think my work here is done.
I didn't say it wasn't
Although you're going to have to
factual.
talk to somebody else about gods being computers, because that just sounds like you watched way too much of the Matrix and did way too many DRGUS.
Who said anything about computers?
You did. You said God's a program.
Man, you are a Christian. You are very judgmental. You are a Christian. You don't even realize it.
Did you say God was a program or not?
Oh yeah, God is a program.
Oh, okay. So I quoted you accurately then, didn't I?
Well, are there laws in a program?
I don't know. Is there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for the crazy conversation thus far, but I think we're going to move on to somebody who's actually got something intelligent to say. No doubt it will be the next person that I bring up. No doubt, right? King, you there?
I am here. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for asking, man. Are you over 18?
I am. Yes.
Awesome. Are you one of the Christians?
Yeah, I'm a Christian. Yes, I am.
Okay, cool.
So I have a
Which
quick question for
topic?
you. Uh,
Yeah, I got to.
so
You want to
so
debate
according to
topics up
that,
here?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, sure. So, it says there that you are a former Christian. So
Yep.
I wanted to kind of understand, who you are, where you're coming from. So what made you decide to leave the Christian faith?
The Bible. It's not true. Didn't add up. Doesn't make sense.
You said it's not true.
Yeah.
So you've read the Bible, no?
Yeah, I read it every day up here on stage.
Really? So about how many books? How many books are there in the Bible? Do you know?
I don't know, like 66. It depends on which Bible you get. If you get other Bibles, there's in the 80s amounts. Depends on which Bible version you got and which books accept which as canon.
Okay. No, I think that's fair, but I think the issue here is that you have individuals that, and I kind of don't blame them for this. I really blame religion. You have a book that's really incomplete. So most of your mainstream Christianity takes the 66 books as canon, but they negate the 20 to 25 plus of extra biblical books that were originally part of the canon that were taken out.
I agree.
Now, so with that being stated, the book is sort of an amalgamation of different types of books. You have the book of Moses, so you have the book of the law, the
Yeah, I
Torah.
got you. I really don't need a Bible lesson, man. I was just hoping we
Yeah.
could debate.
No. Yeah, we can. And so what I'm saying is, I'll just keep it short and succinct. So the Bible's not what a lot of people think that it is. So in terms of the Bible, these are actual events of history within ancient Israel and the Middle East. And these are events that actually happened. It's not up for conjecture. People think that it's a falsehood book. It's a fable.
Well,
It
some
really
of it
isn't.
is.
There,
Some of it
yeah.
actually happened. Some of it didn't. So
All of it happened. I can actually prove that if you're ready
no,
for
you
that.
can't.
I
You can't
can.
prove it.
I sure
But
can.
you can try.
Yeah. So this is what I did because I didn't believe the Bible at one particular point. So I
So
did an
before we keep
experiment.
going, though, which topic are we
Yes.
actually debating up here?
We can talk with. You know what? Let's go with God is unjust. We can go with that one.
Perfect. That's a
So
good
I
one.
don't think he's unjust at all. As a matter of fact, I think he's
I
just. I
think
don't
he's
think he's
way
narcissistic in
unjust
it. Tell me why.
because he does unjust things like punishing people for other people's crimes, allowing bodily mutilations and harsh punishment for really minute crimes. He
Hmm.
controls people and allows suffering
Hmm.
for his own vindication and glory, which that's why I call him a narcissist. And he tells people
Okay.
lies. So
Well, first of all, he does not tell people lies. That's number one.
he
Number
does.
two, okay, give me an example of that.
Okay, so when I give you an example that says God is putting lying spirits in the mouth of his prophets to lie to people, you're going to admit God's a liar, right?
No, you said he's a liar. So name me something that he said
Yeah.
that wasn't true,
And I
or name
will.
me
I'm going to
something
show
that he said that
you.
was
I'm going to show
contradictory.
you where it says verbatim he's putting lying spirits in the mouths of prophets. But I want you to admit when I actually show you this, you're going to admit God's a liar, right?
Well, we have to read it in context. So let's go.
We
I'll give you the
will, and
benefit
I
of the
will.
doubt. Let's
But
go.
once I show you, you have to admit God's a liar.
If what you say is true, but I have to verify that too as
Okay.
well. So I need chapter
All
and
right.
verse,
Perfect.
please.
All right. Sounds good. 1 Kings chapter 22. Excuse me. Good morning, Missa. Morning. Marcion. I read that a while back. I'm not too concerned with church fathers. If the Bible could get the Bible right, it'd be a lot cooler.
What does it say in First Kings chapter 22?
It says, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these your prophet. The Lord has decreed disaster for you.
It doesn't say that at all.
It does. I just read it. So you see, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these your prophets. That's verse 23.
It don't say that at all.
I literally just freaking read it to you twice.
It says, you said First Kings 22. Is that right?
Yeah. Verse 23.
Okay.
See, so you see, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these your prophets. I'm literally reading it to you right now.
me see. What means?
That's so weird that
So
I read something and y'all tell me it doesn't say that. It's hilarious.
yeah, because you said 1 Kings 22. You didn't say verse 23 until just now. You just said the
No, I
verse.
said it. You just didn't. You might not have heard me. But
You
I
didn't
said
you
it.
didn't say it, but you
Yeah, I
just said
did.
verse 23. But I'll give you
So
I'll give you
now
that.
you
So it
calling me
says
a liar?
here.
This is recorded, you know.
I didn't hear you say that. You just said 1 Kings
That's
22.
what I
I
said.
didn't
And
hear
you
you
said
say
no, I
it. Yeah.
didn't. Like you're
No,
combating
no, no,
me
no, no,
on
no,
something
no.
I was just saying. Like,
No, I wasn't lying on you. You just said First
okay,
Kings
so
chapter 22. That was it. You didn't say verse
yeah,
23
you're
until
not a
just
liar.
now.
Your God is. I understand. Yeah. All right. So it
Let's
says he
see.
put a lying spirit in the mouth, just like I said it did. So
No,
God's a
no,
liar, right?
but who is saying this? So let's go up a couple of
So
verses. So
you
you're just
see,
going
the
here.
Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these your
Uh-huh.
prophets.
Who is saying that? First of all, we
Who
got to
put the
keep it in
lies in
context.
their mouths? Who puts
No,
the
wait a minute.
lies in
Wait a minute. No,
prophets'
no, wait
mouths?
a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Sir,
Who is
who
saying
puts the
this?
lies in prophets' mouths here?
Who is saying this?
The prophet.
Who?
Micaiah. Have you read this?
Yeah. So you're saying Micaiah said what?
I'm saying the Lord put lies in the mouths of the prophets. You know, prophets speak the words of the Lord through the mouth of the prophet, right?
Yeah, but again, we have to keep it in
Yeah.
context. So let's
So when
read
a
a
prophet
couple of verses
lies,
above that.
it means God
No,
lies,
but
especially when it says the Lord put the lie in his mouth.
no.
Yeah,
But again, see
no,
what
I
people
agree.
like to
The
do is
context
you will
is,
point.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's trying to
I
figure
can.
out how to entice King Ahab into battle so he can unalive him, and he can't figure it out. So God calls like this little spirit council in heaven, right? And God's like, we need to decide how I can entice this guy to get up here so I can unalive him. And so he's taking ideas, and it says one spirit says one thing and one says another. And finally a spirit pops up and he says, hey, I know what we'll do. We'll lie to him. And God says, I love that idea. I'm going to put a lying spirit in his mouth and we'll get King Ahab up there, which is what he does. That's the context. So God's a liar.
Yeah, but you're saying that the Lord is a liar, but this is not
He
the
is. It
God
says, so
saying
you
that.
see, the
This
Lord
is a
has put a
discussion.
lying spirit in the mouth of the prophets. That's what I told you before I even read it.
But remember, that's not God saying it. You made the claim that he's a liar,
The
but this is not
Lord
God
has
saying
put
it.
a
This is
lying
Micaiah.
spirit in the mouth of the
Right.
prophet. The Lord
But
put
this
a
is
lying
not.
spirit in
Yeah.
his mouth.
This is
Right?
you're quoting Micaiah. You're quoting Micaiah though.
It says, so you see, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all
Right.
these your prophets.
But that is Micaiah. That's not God saying that. That's not God
Who put
telling
the
a lie.
lie
Where
in
did the Most
Micaiah's
High?
mouth? Who put the lie in Micaiah's
Huh?
mouth? Who put the lie in Micaiah's mouth?
What do you mean? Who put a lie in Micaiah's
Who did
mouth?
who put the lie in his mouth?
Listen. So I'm gonna read the entire. I'm gonna read above that because you're just reading that verse, and you can't really do that. You have to read the
I just
entire
told you what
chapter to get a full.
yeah, I told you what it says. I know the context. I don't use
You know
these
the
stories
context.
by just cherry picking a line. That's what the New Testament does. I'm better than that.
So you've read the entire chapter of 22 in
Yep,
Kings.
I know
So
exactly
tell
what's
me.
going on in this story.
Okay. So tell me. Walk me through it. Go ahead.
I already did. I told you the Lord needs to entice King Ahab to battle so he can unalive him. That's literally what it says. It starts in verse 19. And he says he has like a spirit council in heaven with all this host of heaven there show up. And the Lord's like, hey, I need ideas to entice him to battle so I can make him fall. Literally says all this. And it says, finally, a spirit pipes up and says, I will entice him. And the Lord says, how are you going to do that? And he says, I'll just lie to him. And God's like, that's a great idea. Now go, entice him. You will succeed. And it says, so you see, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of the prophets. So God put lies in the mouth of the prophets to entice a guy so he could unalive him. Pretty narcissistic. He's probably reading it there. Screw it. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll just read it. How about that? It says, then Micaiah said, therefore hear the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne with all the host of heaven standing beside him to the right and to the left. And the Lord said, who will entice Ahab so that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? I think that's Gilead, but I like saying Gilead better. Then one said one thing and another to another, until a certain spirit came forward and stood before the Lord, saying, I will entice him. How? Asked the Lord. He replied, I will go and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. Then the Lord said, You are to entice him, and you shall succeed. Go out and do it. So you see, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these your prophets. Sounds an awful
You
lot like
see,
God putting
you
lying
just
spirits
said
in the
it. You
mouth of
just said it.
prophets.
Look, you just said it. You
I
just
said it before I even
Now,
actually read it.
now here's the thing, though. You got to read that in context because that's not God
I did.
lying. Do you
Yeah,
understand?
it is. It is.
No, it isn't.
Who speaks for prophets? Who do prophets speak for?
Now, you just said lying spirit, did you not?
Who do prophets speak for, sir?
Prophets speak on behalf of the Creator. Now, with that being said, if I could
The
respond
same
to you,
creator that put the
yeah,
words in the prophets'
yeah.
mouths?
No, God did not do
Oh, it's a
that. You
different
just
word.
read
Oh, okay.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I just read
You
it,
just
so
read
I
it.
don't understand what you're
Yeah.
hearing. I just read it. I know what I read.
Yeah. So God, you just okay, let's back up. You just made the claim that God was a liar, which he's not
That I
right
made
now.
the claim
What
that
you just
God put
read,
a lying spirit in the mouth of the prophet. Exactly what I just
no,
read.
no, but you
Yeah,
just said
this is all
you just
recorded. You
said
lying about what I said is not
right,
going to do you any
right,
good.
but you keep interrupting. So you're saying that God is a liar. First of all, he didn't tell any
Yeah,
lies. You're
he
describing,
did.
hold on. You're describing a battle between kings, between Ahab and the rest of these kings
I'm
here.
describing
What God
God
is
trying to
talking,
entice him to a battle, but he doesn't trust the prophet. So God's like, what are we going to do? We can't get him up here, so he'll be unalived. So a spirit comes. Oh, yeah, he ran. I would have ran too if I was him. He said he's talking to a demon. I'm a demon, y'all. Ah! Did that scare the Christians? I just know some. Yeah, I agree, Dr. Josh. Thank you. Huge loss for the. Oh shit! I know I scared the crap out of Christians there when I'm just. Ah! The demon just jumped at y'all. I would be embarrassed if I was him too. Like I literally. It's so funny because I literally tell them exactly what I'm about to read every time, and they never realize it till I actually read it, and then they say, "It don't say that." I'm like, I just read it, and I told you what it was going to say verbatim before I actually even read it. So like, it's crazy, man. That's how it is, though. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying. Y'all know how it is. Shit, y'all know how it is. Y'all know. Sorry if I scared any Christians there with my demon. Jumping, hollering. Sorry about that. Lady of Heaven, what's up? You did great last night on with Outrageous. I thought that was awesome. All right. Well, hopefully we can get some better representatives of the faith in here than that. Oh, let me check where I'm at here first. 1,115 followers right now. Yeah. Channel's growing like crazy. All right, let me see who is next here. I gotta go in order as best I can. I think it was this Coy fella here, and then Jason and Will, I think. So let's try Coy first. If Coy's here, we'll talk to him. Oh, Coy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are you over 18?
Yeah, for sure. I'm 35.
Word. Are you a Christian?
Yes. True
Awesome. So
Christian.
which one? Oh, what?
So I would agree with the bottom. For sure, Christians don't actually follow Jesus. I would agree with that. But the other two, I would disagree with. The Jesus fulfills zero prophecy, right? And
That's a
God is
great one. Everybody always picks the top one, so I don't get to do this one much anymore. You want to debate me on that one?
yeah. We could definitely tackle the top one for sure. Right. So
Oh, you do want to do the top one? Okay.
yeah, unjust narcissist. So what is your definition or your understanding on what unjust is?
My understanding of justice is actually kind of what the Bible says in some cases. It's an eye for an eye. It's getting what you deserve. It's you do the crime, you do the time. So would you agree with that?
Yes, of course. You reap what you
Okay.
sow. Right, you reap what you sow.
Awesome, perfect.
Am I cutting out a bit, or let me try to fix my microphone? Is that better?
Yeah, it is up and down a little bit, but I can hear you, so I didn't
Okay,
didn't
so
bother me too bad.
right, you reap what you sow, or if you want to actually add in or understand, being just or giving justice is something that you're trying to protect, right?
Right.
Someone on the
So
outside.
we've already agreed on the definition of justice, it seems like. So let's give an example of injustice. So would it ever be considered unjust to punish a whole bunch of people for what one person did way before that?
What Bible example are you like? What biblical account are you referring to when you say that?
We can get to that, but I want to agree that that would be unjust first.
It depends. It depends, right?
So there is circumstances you're saying that punishing a whole bunch of people because of what one person did is justified.
Yes, in the will of God, in all the reign and sovereignty of the Most High God. Yes, of course.
So our definition of justice that we agreed on is going to need some revision then.
If you want to call it that, I guess. But what I'm saying
Well,
is
there's
here.
caveats now because if it's God doing it, all of a sudden seems a little more subjective to what we already agreed on, right?
This is why we obey the Most High God and not fall under to that subjection.
Right, but it doesn't make him just or unjust. That his actions have to do that, but we have to have a concept of justice that lines up to be able to debate this. So we agreed that getting what you deserve is justice, but we don't seem to be able to agree that getting what somebody else deserves is justice.
We have something called righteous justice, right, or righteous judgment, right?
Well, what does that mean?
Righteous justice and righteous judgment means there is an utmost right for God to have certain indignation for certain activities.
So what does that mean? If God does it, it's just no matter what?
It's just for the Most High because it's righteous judgment, righteous justice.
Okay, well, let's agree on what's justice for us and our opinions.
We can't do that because the topic here, or the one that's being implied here, is God. Is He being unjust, right? Not us.
I feel more like if we do agree on that, you're going to lose this debate real quick.
No, I don't think so. The topic.
I think so. See, we agreed on justice already, and then when I brought God into it, all of a sudden we don't agree anymore.
It's because we're not God. His thoughts are not our thoughts.
Okay, well, what about you and I? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking to you right now. So what is your sense of justice personally?
My sense of justice would be to repay vengeance on those who trouble me or my family or those I'm trying to protect.
Okay, so would you ever, like, if somebody said, just for example, say you committed some really bad crimes and somebody made your mom eat your brother as a punishment, would that ever be considered justice?
Did you say eat?
Yeah, eat.
Eat my brother as a punishment?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be. Well, it depends on if it's righteous judgment.
Oh, so it depends, huh?
If there's stipulations and laws already in place, right, that says that would be the consequences for such actions, then it'll be righteous judgment, and I can't go against that.
So,
did you hear what I said?
So you commit crimes, your mother is forced to eat your brother because you committed a crime, and you think that can be justified, right?
That can be justified if a law is in place that signifies that these are the consequences that your mom.
I'm asking you, in your opinion, would that be justice?
Listen. It's not my opinion. Doesn't matter. I go by the scriptures.
Oh, okay.
Right. Lean not on my own understanding. So I'm saying, if there's a consequence already in place, if you do such a crime, right, this would be the outcome of that crime. Right, I cannot go against that. That would be justified because the law is already in place.
Okay, so to you, it's okay to slay the righteous with the wicked, right?
To slay the righteous with the wicked?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. That's also in the will of God.
All right. Well, let's read something real quick and see if it lines up with the will of God. What you just said. It says, so the men turned from there and went toward Sodom, while Abraham.
What are you reading? What are you reading?
Genesis chapter 18.
Okay.
I started at verse 22 here, and it says, the men turned from there and went toward Sodom, while Abraham remained standing before the Lord. Then Abraham came near and said, will you indeed sweep away the righteous with the wicked? Suppose there are 50 righteous within the city. Will you then sweep away all the place and not forgive it for the 50 righteous who are within it? Far be it from you to do such a thing, to slay the righteous with the wicked, so that the righteous are fair as the wicked. Far be it that from you. Shall not the judge of all the earth do what is just? So God doesn't seem to be agreeing with you.
Right. So when you keep reading down, doesn't the numbers start to dwindle down?
And if I find the Sodom, the 50 righteous in the city, I will forgive that whole place for their sake.
Right. So does the numbers
Yeah.
start? Right. And Abraham keeps asking that same question, right? And the numbers keep dwindling down from 50 all the way to
Well,
what?
you've said it's okay to wipe away the righteous with the wicked. God doesn't seem to be suggesting that here.
I'm asking you a question, right? Does the number dwindle down from 50?
Wait, what?
When you read the rest of that chapter,
Oh, yeah, it dwindles down, yeah. He says if there's even one righteous there, he'll spare it.
right. So the overall thing that is being said there in Genesis chapter 18 is that basically there is no one here that is righteous. Is what it's inferring. Basically, yeah, this and that. Yeah. Well, you know what? No one's here is even righteous.
Okay.
Because
right.
the righteous will
I just
get
don't
saved.
think we're ever going to agree on what justice is.
But listen, the righteous will be saved out of there. The point is, there's no one there that is righteous except for
This
law.
is saying you have to, it's what Josh just said. This is holding God to a moral standard. You're not holding God to that standard.
Did you even hear what I said?
I thought I did.
It's because you're listening to respond, not listening to understand my premise.
Yeah, well, I don't agree with your premise because we don't agree on what
You don't
justice
even-
is.
You don't even know what my premise is to even disagree or agree.
Yes, I do. We agreed on justice, and then I brought God into it, and then all of a sudden we don't agree anymore. Your definition that we originally agreed on is completely gone now.
I'm talking about my statement that I just made according to Genesis 18.
I know.
Who were the righteous that were there?
There weren't any righteous there. There was supposedly only one righteous man.
One righteous man, right? What about Lot?
Yep.
And his family.
And it was the guy who impregnated his daughters in a cave after that.
He was seduced by his two daughters.
Yeah.
Right.
Great story.
So they were the ones that did that unto him, right?
Right.
So
that was after he gave his daughter up to be raped by the town in place of the angel that they wanted to grape.
So did God save Lot? Yes.
If that's saving, sure.
He saved them from the fire and destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Yes. Is that correct?
Wait, what? Sorry.
He saved them from the fire and destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Well, it said, yeah, he unalived his wife for looking in the wrong direction on the way out.
Who unalived? God unalived his wife?
Yeah, because she looked
Why?
the wrong way. Yeah.
Why? Because she was commanded not to, right?
Yeah, she looked the wrong direction, and God don't like that, so he unalived her.
So
Instead of forgiving her and having mercy
is
because she looked in a certain direction.
So is that righteous judgment?
Not even kind of close to justice, in my opinion.
In your opinion. See, your opinion doesn't go.
Yeah,
well.
see, I asked you your opinion, but you're not allowed to use your own opinion. You can't think with your own brain. I can, though. I have my own opinions.
It's because the scriptures tells us in Proverbs chapter 16 and verse number 9, right, verse 7 actually, that what? The heart is deceitful above all things, so we cannot go off of our own understanding.
I go off my own understanding. I don't know about you, but I'm using my brain that I got.
And this is why you're
I
asking.
don't let an ancient group of tribal Middle Easterners think for me. Sorry.
So this is the thing, right? The Bible was not even meant for you. So the position that you're in right now with these questions that you have on the panel, that fits you because that is your lot in this earth. That is your lot in this life.
Well, it's because I have actual standards of justice and morality and stuff like that I use to judge this God by, but you don't. You forgo your own understanding of these. to worship this evil god because you think it'll save you.
And this is why Esau
Yeah,
gave up his
sorry, dog. Just hang out for a minute, Jason. You'll be next.
right. This is why
Sorry, go
Esau
ahead, bud.
gave up his birthright, right, for red pottage and red stew.
He was made to. God hated him before he was even born.
Right. So that means what? That
Right. So that means God's not just. It means he's going to love who he wants to love and hate who he wants to hate, even before they're even born.
That's right.
That's right.
Right. And
that's because God's a big old narcissist.
And God hates who? The Edomites, right?
God hates anybody who won't bow down and worship his narcissistic name.
Yes, God does hate sinners, but mostly he has a righteous indignation forever in the house for the house of Esau, right? The Edomites. Do you agree?
Right, but this doesn't make him just.
According to you, because you're on the opposing end of that.
Well, because I'm using my own brain and an actual standard of justice. You don't have this standard of justice, so I don't even know why we're debating it. I feel like you've already lost the debate because you can't even define what justice is.
What I'm telling you. So justice, right? I told you what justice is. Justice
but you said it doesn't count for God.
Can you just listen? Slow down, slow your brain down, and listen to what I'm gonna say. Okay. God's justice is righteous for those he's protecting, right? For those that he loves, right?
Like the Israelites, right?
Like the Israelites, right? You're not.
He unalived 70,000 of them because David counted people. He made them eat their own children in the siege of Jerusalem. He says, set them on fire if they gather herbs. Doesn't seem like he likes the Israelites very much.
That's not true because we understand that if you have consequences if you disobey commandments.
Oh, yeah.
Is it
love me or burn. That's the command.
Is it justified for a father to give consequences to his child if they don't listen to the father's commands in the household?
Is it justified to set them on fire if they don't listen to you?
I'm not talking about fire. I'm talking about consequences.
God's talking about fire. That's the consequence.
But what I'm talking about is consequences in a father's home.
We'll make it analogous because this book says to set people on fire for witchcraft, which is basically gathering herbs.
Do you have children?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it justified that you discipline your children if they don't listen to you?
Discipline by what? Like making them lose their iPad for an hour or setting them on fire for all eternity? Which one's justified?
Whatever consequences you have in place, is it justified?
Maybe. Is it?
I'm asking you the question. If you have children and you tell them not to do something and they do it anyways,
It depends on what it is.
Listen. You keep cutting me off because I feel like you're not trying to answer this question because you know the answer is going to be yes.
I'm trying to make your question actual analogous to the comparison of God and not me and my kids.
I'm getting there, right?
Okay, so go ahead. All right.
You said you have children. If your children disobey your commands in the household, you discipline them. Is that justification?
It's justification if I told them not to destroy the house or something, yeah.
Right, and they do it, and then you punish them for that. Is that justified?
Is what punishment justified?
Whatever judgment or punishment you have.
No, it's not justified. It's not justified if I set them on fire to punish them.
I'm not talking about fire. So you're talking
about punishment, but you're refusing to say it's just. You're just saying in general.
If you just follow my train of thought, I'm trying to get you to understand that.
I listened all the way to the end that time.
I think
and
right
you
now
didn't give a valid comparison. That's why I keep correcting you.
Right now, it'll be safe to say that yes, if your children don't listen to you, apostate, right? If your children don't listen to you and you punish them for it, that's justified. You punishing them is justified.
What punishment is justified?
No, I don't know how you deal with your kids. However you deal with your kids, is it justified? Yes or no?
It's not justified if I set them on fire.
I'm not talking about fire. Do you hit them with a belt? Do you set them on the wall, the corner of the wall? Do you do that? Do you take their iPad?
I've taken their iPad and stuff away. I've never beat them, if that's what you're asking me.
So you taking their iPad away because they disobeyed your commandments, the consequences, that's their punishment. Is that justified for you to give that punishment?
It depends on what it was. These are Depend.
I just said
Dependent.
taking the iPad away. Is that justified that you punished them by doing
It
that?
depends on what I'm punishing them for.
Okay, whatever you deem as necessary to
No,
punish
it's
them
not
by.
just to punish them for whatever I deem is necessary. No.
No. Listen. You're trying to jump the gun. Just listen, right? Listening is an art, right? If
Right.
you deem that taking the iPad away from your children as an act of punishment towards them for disobeying your commands, is that justified?
Disobeying what command?
Whatever you command your children to do that causes you to take their iPad away as a form of punishment, is that taking of the iPad away, is that justice?
I don't know. You're going to have to give me an example of making the crime fit the punishment.
You're the one who knows. You just said I've taken their iPad away. So you tell me, what did they
Yeah, it was
do?
just an example.
Right.
Like if I told them,
What did
Apostle,
they
yes,
do?
please do, Josh.
may I give an example that because I think Khalil, I think you'll agree with me on this one. So, like, I have 5 kids. We sit around
Goodness
the dinner
gracious.
table, and I have 4-year-old twins. They're very loud. If I decided to say in my house, all right, anybody that talks out of turn at the dinner table and interrupts somebody, their punishment is to get a punch in the nose. Now that's a rule, right? In our hypothetical, I'm setting a rule down. Somebody interrupts somebody, they get a hard punch in the nose. Somebody interrupts somebody, they get punched in the nose. According to your lights, that's justified.
No, I'm asking
Why?
you. I'm
No.
asking you.
Why?
Listen, hold on.
No. Answer my question. Why?
I am, but you have to follow me. Is that your justification? You're the one who gave an example of you and your kids, of you
I'm
punching.
asking you if it's justified.
I would say if it's already a rule set in place and they disobey that rule, it's justified by the consequence.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like you're just an abusive person.
Yep.
Okay, but
Narcissist.
but me punching in the nose would not be the punishment.
Right. Why?
Why? Because that's me. That's my set of rules for my household.
No, because you'd go to prison. Yeah.
Well, that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it sounds like what you're saying is, because I've been listening, it sounds like what you're saying is a form of divine command theory. Right? If God says it, it is just.
If God, yes, because God is God.
Okay. Abraham disagrees with you.
You said Abraham disagrees?
Yeah. What apostate ape read to you in Genesis 18 disagrees with you?
How is that?
Abraham says, will not the judge of all the earth do exactly what he does because everything he does is right? Right? Isn't that what he said? God,
Yes.
go do whatever you're going to do because obviously I know that anything that you do is going to be right. That's what Abraham said, right?
Right. It's righteous.
No, that's not what he said. It's like the opposite of what he said.
Okay, so then how do you get around the will of God, right? When he says, I made the wicked for the day of evil. Is that right?
Yeah, there's no univocality in the Hebrew Bible.
Okay, so in Proverbs 16.
So I want you to address Genesis. I just answered your question by saying there's not univocality.
What do you mean by univocality? Expound.
There's not a single voice that stands behind the Hebrew Bible.
Expound.
There are contradictions throughout the text. There's not one unified voice. In other words, if something says something in Genesis 18, you can't then say, well, we have to read that in light of something in Proverbs. It doesn't work that way. There's not univocality.
Yes, we use precept upon precept.
Yeah, you can. You don't know what that verse means, but that's okay.
So what is your premise then, Joshua?
Well, I mean, right now, my premise is that you sound like an abusive person.
No, because this is the thing. I would not do that personally. That's not a rule I would set in my household.
But you think it's justified.
You made the example of it being a rule set in place, and you gave the example of the consequence being punched in the nose.
Yeah, because it's an
So I'm going off
extreme, ridiculous
That's
consequence.
the point I was trying to make by when I was saying it's not justified to set my kids on fire as a punishment. It has to be actual comparable to the crime. That's the point I was trying to get you to the whole time there.
Okay, and we see laws throughout the Torah that has things that are comparable to the crime, right? Such as
Like what?
adultery, you'll get put to death,
Well,
right? But
I
then you
mean,
have
I
other
guess,
laws that you could just go get cleansed for by the priesthood.
right, like if you grape a slave, right?
Would you say what?
You don't know your Bible?
No, I didn't hear what the first word. What a slave?
Grape.
Oh, okay, I forgot. Yeah, TikTok, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. There'll be punishments for these things.
Yeah, you go offer a ram, right?
Yes, of course.
That's it.
But that a sin unto death?
No.
Right. So if it's the crime, right?
I mean, not in my book. It sounds like it does in yours.
Okay, so when
Do you think a woman deserves to have her hand chopped off if she tries to help her husband in a fight by grabbing the other guy's testicles?
Show me that.
If I do show you that, you can answer the question?
Yep.
All right. Wonderful. Pretty sure that's in 25.
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe it's not. Oh, yeah, it is. If men get into a fight with one another and the wife of one of the if the wife of one intervenes to rescue her husband from the grip of his opponent by reaching out and seizing his genitals, you shall cut off her hand. Show no pity.
Shall I offer her no what?
It says show her no pity. Cut off her hand.
Cut off her hand, right? So what does the lexicon say on those words?
Which word?
Yeah, we have a Hebrew speaker right here. He's a scholar of this.
I would not believe that.
That's okay. Which word are you curious about?
Let me get it real quick. I'm gonna pull it up too.
Oh, what a great time the show is sometimes. Oh, boy. Here, I'll just read it again real quick, just for everybody here, in case anybody thinks they misheard it. If men get into a fight with one another, and the wife of one intervenes to rescue her husband from the grip of his opponent by reaching out and seizing his genitals, you shall cut off her hand. Show no pity. What a fun law.
So in that time, right, we see that as an act being put in place. Is that act carried out?
So was it justified or not? Was that does the punishment fit the crime there?
If God says so, let it be so.
Right. So
Divine
you just
command theory.
this is just divine command theory.
This is the problem here. You mortal men are trying to add in your own understanding to that of the sovereign power. What God wants to do, God wants to do.
We
Right,
wish you would
and
join us
that's why-
because we
that's
like
why
using our own brain.
Yeah, that's why Abraham was wrong in Genesis 18, right? God was like, how dare you call my actions into question? God, there's no standard to hold me to, right? That's what God said.
So you feel like you should have a standard, or God should be held to a simple standard?
Abraham did.
That you're not Abraham though. You're Joshua.
No, I'm not.
Abraham was just a mortal.
But you're missing the point here. You're missing the point here.
I think you're missing the point.
Joshua Bowen, are you Abraham?
Nope.
Do you know God?
Nope.
Do you want to know God?
Nope.
Are you a heathen?
Nope.
Well, we would disagree on
I'll
that
be a
last.
heathen.
That's great. I really, really care about what abusive people think.
So this is the thing, right? God has never been for any of you. God
I'm waiting for you to ask about the Hebrew of Deuteronomy 25. So go ahead.
All right.
Because you were going to school us on it. You asked what the lexicon says. Which lexicon?
You said Hebrews 25? I mean,
No. Which lexicon? You said, what does the lexicon say about that? Which lexicon you're referring to?
The Masoretic text.
Yeah, that's not a lexicon. Do you know what a lexicon is?
I'm using the Blue Letter Bible.
Yeah, that's not a lexicon. Do you know what a lexicon is?
Oh boy.
I'm getting it right now.
Yeah, so the answer is no. You don't know what a lexicon is. So you should probably choose your words more carefully.
Oh, you're talking about the great woman, right?
For lexicon?
No, you asked earlier about the great woman.
I'm asking you what the word lexicon means.
Yeah, we were talking. That part was in regards to seizing the genitals of a man.
Okay,
That's when you said, "What's the lexicon?"
It's because you're going everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
because you don't know what lexicon means, and you want to go somewhere.
I went to
get it.
I went to the verse you told me to go read.
I do know what a lexicon means. I have
Tell
a
me, because you've missed it 3 times now. So now you know what it is. Tell me what it is.
I have like 3 lexicons right
Yeah,
here.
what's the lexicon? Give me one. What's the name of one?
It's just a dictionary of biblical.
Yeah, so which one? Which one?
Which one of what? Which
lexicon?
Let me read it. Let me read my book cover right here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Yeah, go ahead. Is it BDB? Is it Hollowt? Is it Klein's New Classical Dictionary of Greek or Hebrew? Is that which one it is? Which one you using? Is it Cassinius? Which one you using?
Hold on, I'm over here in my bookshelf. 1 second.
Yeah, fuck around and find out, my guy.
I want to keep a scholar in here all the time.
Sorry.
Don't be. And then when you get back, I want to ask you, if God was doing something evil or unjust, how would you know? He's getting his lexicon, y'all. Hang out for just a second. One of them, anyway.
1 second. Just I don't think I'm buying time. I'm trying to find it. How do I put my camera on? Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can just tell us the name of it. It's fine.
All right, let's see here.
So that you're aware, for someone that knows the Hebrew language, they have to use a lexicon every time they look at the text, at least for the first 2 or 3 years that they're working with the text. So they know BDB or Hollowt, like they know it off the top of their head.
Right here, got it.
I can't see anything, but what's the name of it?
Etymological Dictionary of Biblical Hebrew.
Okay. So, what is your term that you're looking up?
I thought I had it on. What did you say?
Yeah, who wrote it?
Matatayu Clark.
Okay. So let's look up your term now that we have established what a lexicon is.
We already know what a lexicon is.
No, you didn't. You said Blue Letter Bible was a lexicon.
No,
you said the Masoretic text was a lexicon. So now that you know what a lexicon is, you've been educated. Now, which word, sir, which Hebrew word were you pressing him on? Yeah, which Hebrew word, sir, which Hebrew word were you pressing him on? Yeah. Which Hebrew word were you pressing him on? Go ahead. Which Hebrew word were you pressing him on?
Rib off on me, right?
Yeah. Which Hebrew word were you pressing him on?
All right, you're not going to answer the question, Joshua. You just like to dance.
Which Hebrew word were you going to press him on? Go ahead.
No, I'm waiting for you to address.
Yeah, which Hebrew word were you going to press him on?
You can keep saying that all you want.
You're the one who brought it up.
Yeah, but first it has to be established that.
Yeah, but.
I named a verse. You told me it didn't say that, so I went and read it, and it says that. Then you brought up the lexicon. Then you showed us you thought a Blue Letter Bible was a lexicon. Then you went and found an actual lexicon. Now we're waiting on you to tell us which word was in question there originally.
Okay, all right, let's go. Genesis, what, 18?
We're in Deuteronomy 25.
Deuteronomy 25. Okay. My bad. I'll just
If
dance it
men
over.
get into a fight with one another and the wife of one intervenes to rescue her husband from the grip of his opponent by reaching out and seizing his genitals, you shall cut off her hand. Show no pity.
Let me pull it up. 1 second. Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Right?
Deuteronomy 25, verse 11.
Okay. 1 second.
Where are you looking it up?
That's what I wonder. I'm still curious which word he's looking up. Which one's in question there?
There is no question here. It's a simple command.
But see, the thing is, do you understand that when you said, what does the lexicon say about that? Right? By implication, that there's some sort of mitigating information in there.
I wanted to know if you knew the deeper etymological definitions
Etymology? What does etymology have to do with this?
the study of words.
Yeah, do you know what etymology means?
I just said it, the study of words.
No, it's not the study. That's philology. What's etymology?
The study of words.
Yeah, you're just wrong. So go ahead and look up what etymology is.
Okay, etymology definition: the study of the origin of words.
Origin of words.
Same difference.
No, it's not the same difference.
You're talking to an actual scholar, man. You got to be specific.
He's not a scholar. He's
Okay, so that's great. Yeah, Johns Hopkins handing out those fake PhDs. So, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, just put your jealousy right out there on the table, big guy.
He got that PhD from Geekos, didn't he?
So look, let me explain the difference between etymology and philology, right? I'm going to explain it to you. So etymology would be if we're looking at Exodus 21:2, right? And we're looking at the Evid. Hey, this is the time for you to just sort of listen, right? So Evid Ivri. So in Evid Ivri, the word Ivri there is under contention. What does it mean? Right? Etymologically, we could say, now let's look at where Ivri developed. Yeah, you're not going to learn anything if you keep talking, right? And I can't hear you, so just go ahead and keep murmuring into the mic. So Ivri, etymologically, people argue that it could come from Habiru, right? The Akkadian word. But that has no bearing whatsoever on what the word means in its context, right? Usage and etymology are very different. So, what etymological argument are you going to make from a word in Deuteronomy 25? Go ahead.
You got to unmute yourself first.
The answer is none.
Yeah, of course you're not going to make one.
Right, because I stand on the point that it's justified.
Right. You don't have an argument. You just use the word lexicon to try to flex. You didn't know what it meant, but you were going to push apostate ape on it. Like, oh, what's the lexicon say? You don't even know what the lexicon says. And I said, you don't know what a lexicon is.
Did I say that?
Right? So it fell. So it backfired on you.
Joshua,
right? So you couldn't flex on apostate ape.
Did
So move on to your next point. You got schooled. Move on to your next point.
Did I say that though? Or are you making assumptions?
We're pretty sure you said that.
No, did I say, Joshua Bowen here just said that I pulled out or mentioned the lexicon, right? Because I wanted to try to say, oh, you don't even know what the lexicon says. Did I even say that at all? Or is that assuming that you thought?
It's what's implied from your speech when I read it.
No, I just simply asked you, what is the lexicon? Because what I was willing to do is go deeper into the words with you according to that text. That's what I was
words?
The words in that verse.
Which ones?
Deuteronomy 25.
That's a verse.
I know.
Those
Which
aren't
words is your concern, though? Was it genitals? You shall cut off her hand?
That's
Which one?
Chapter, Joshua. That's a chapter, not a verse.
You said 25, 22, whatever verse it is.
Deuteronomy 25, you said that's a verse. No, that's the chapter.
Sorry. So you were saying by your statement there that you were talking about the etymology of an entire chapter.
No.
No, of course not. You were talking about the verse.
I was talking about the verse, but I simply mentioned Deuteronomy 25.
Yeah. So I read into what you implied, which was correct, as it turns out. You can send your apology to me. It'll be fine.
before
I take it in writing.
before I can finish,
Yeah.
you said that's a verse.
Because that's what you meant, right?
No, that's
Yeah, that is what you meant because you just
yeah,
said it, or are you just going to lie?
I meant the. I haven't even stated
Exactly.
I haven't even stated the verse yet.
But that's
right?
what you meant, wasn't it? That's what you
That's
meant,
what
wasn't it?
That's what I
Yeah.
meant.
It's okay, tough guy.
When I mentioned Deuteronomy 25, you jump in and say that's a verse.
Yep, because you were intending the verse, and I was correct. So there you go. So sick flex, bruh. Sick flex. You know what? I'm gonna give this to you. I'm gonna give it to you so that you can have a win. Go ahead.
He schooled the PhD right
Joshua
there.
Bowen, let me ask you a question, Joshua.
Sure.
What do you study? Like, what is your main background for your PhD?
Ancient Near Eastern Studies. I'm an Assyriologist.
Okay.
I
So
don't think I got that right yesterday.
according to the Bible, right? The Apocrypha was in the 1611 edition, right? King James edition, right?
So I'm trying to see the connection between the question you just asked me and the question before that. Can you connect the dots for me?
So the question I asked if you were a PhD, and you already clarified.
No, that's not what you asked me.
What
If we're going to be hyper technical, you asked me what's my PhD in.
Yes.
Okay, so I told you I'm an Assyriologist, study ancient Near East. So then you asked me about the King James Bible in the 17th century CE. Why would you do that?
Because I'm just building somewhere, right? If you just let me go. Now the Apocrypha is included in the 1611 edition, right?
I have no idea.
Okay, it is included in the 1611 King James version of the Bible, right? The 14 books, the Apocrypha, also known as
Yes, the Apocrypha was in there, yeah.
Right. So, do you even believe in the Bible, Joshua, or you just study these things?
I don't know what you mean by believe in.
Do you subscribe to the teachings of the Bible? Do you have your faith in the Bible?
No.
Okay. So, you not having a faith in the Bible would mean what? You are not subscribed to Psalms chapter 111 and verse number 10, right?
I don't know what you mean by
The Bible
subscribe.
says you can own people as property. We don't like that.
Wait, would you say apostate? I didn't hear you.
I said we don't like that the book says you can own people as property. So no, we don't believe in it or agree with it.
Okay,
Its teachings, that is.
Okay, so I understand that that's your opinion and your feelings, right? But your feelings.
That's what it says.
The Most High God.
Do you think it's okay to own people as property?
Yes, of course.
You realize that you're just sort of justifying or substantiating our analysis here of you being an abusive person.
Well,
this guy has like 40,000 followers too. I saw.
That's your opinion.
I mean, I think it's the opinion of the 133 people that are watching this too.
That's fine.
They just heard you say it's okay to own people as property.
If the Bible says, so all the people on here, all the people that are viewing this right now, if you believe the Bible and you stand on the Bible, right, then that means you would subscribe to Isaiah chapter 14 verses 1 through 3, where it says that we shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall.
Right. So you also agree with taking captive brides, right?
You said brides?
Yeah.
It doesn't say brides in Isaiah.
Deuteronomy 21, 10 to 14. You're into that, right?
Says you can pick you out a beautiful little war plunder there and bring her home and shave her head and then grape her after a month.
Let's go there. Deuteronomy 21 and 5, you said?
21.
You want to go read that 14. One now?
21 and 14?
21, 10 to 14.
Okay, let's read it. This is Deuteronomy 21. Right?
It says, when you go out to war against your enemies and the Lord your God hands them over to you and you make them captive. Suppose you see among the captives a beautiful woman whom you desire and want to marry. And so you bring her home to your house. She shall shave her head and pare her nails, discard her captive's garb, and remain in your house a full month, mourning her father and mother. After that, you may go into her and be her husband, and she shall be your wife. But if you are not satisfied with her, you shall let her go free and certainly not sell her for money. You must not treat her as a slave, since you have dishonored her.
So
You're
what
cool
is your
with that. Yeah.
yeah? So what's your question on that?
You're cool with that, right? You would subscribe to that?
Yes, of course, because here
Wow.
it's in verse number 11, right? If you see
This is
among
why I do this channel right here, y'all.
so it says here, right? If you see among the captives a beautiful woman and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Now here it's not insinuating anything about her refusing. I don't want to go with you.
Yeah,
Right?
captives can give consent, can't they?
It says
Captives
among.
can give consent, can't they?
Listen. It
Can
says
captives give consent?
you're not listening.
Can
You're not
captives give
you're not having
consent?
true decorum of
Can
true biblical.
captives give
He doesn't know how to
consent?
have formal order.
He
It's
don't care
interesting.
anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all we're doing right now is just letting you show your whole ass to 140 people.
No,
Absolutely.
I'm explaining something, but
You're
you show
showing your whole
your
ass.
whole ass because you're
Yeah.
not.
You are putting the dangers of this religion on full display in front of over 100 people right now.
Now, if I may, let me finish my plane. Right? It says among the captives. Right?
Yep.
Does it say that?
Yep.
Right.
The captives your God handed over to them.
So now in verse 13 it says, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her.
Yeah, captives' garbs.
Meaning what? Now that she's in the husband's house, she is no longer in a captive state. She's not being forced.
That's because you made her change clothes.
No, she's not being forced against her will.
Okay, so now let's just now I'd like you to actually answer the question that you keep trying to flex on. Hey, define consent. Define consent.
No, show me first.
Define. That's what I'm doing. Define consent.
I'm getting it right now. Permission.
Are you looking in the Bible or a dictionary? Just curious.
No, just a definition. Simple dictionary.
Oh, so we're okay with definitions now from dictionaries. Okay.
I don't see why we wasn't at first.
Well, earlier our words and justifications didn't mean anything because we're just mortals. You remember that?
Your opinions. That was your opinion.
Okay, can you just what's the definition of consent?
Permission for something to happen or agreement.
Yeah, in schmexual context.
You said apply that definition within this context?
No, Jesus
in sexual context.
You realize how scary you are.
Okay, this is the thing. This is the thing. We don't.
No. Don't stop reading now. Right? Read about schmexual consent.
Okay, here we go. Verse number.
Not verse. For goodness sake, you just looked up a definition.
Right. Okay.
Now, how's that apply in regards to sexuality? What is sexual consent?
Same thing, an agreement.
Great. So the 13-year-old that the 35-year-old teacher approaches and says, I'd like to do this with you. And she goes, that's great. That would be a great idea. She consented.
This is not talking about children here.
Hello. Did she consent? Because she agreed?
That's a moot point.
Did she consent because she agreed?
That's a moot point. That doesn't apply to
children. Did she consent because she agreed?
The Israelites are commanded to take
Okay, so you're not going to answer because I know it makes you look really terrible. No, of course, she can't consent because consent is not just saying yes.
Oh, you want to go there. We all know about the prefrontal cortex, and there's not fully developed. That young of an age cannot consent.
That is correct.
Tell that to Moses.
I already know about that.
So that is correct. So listen, hey, so you've already agreed with the principle, right? It's simple permission or agreeing is not consent. That's not how we define consent today, right? When it comes to this sort of activity. So what is consent then? It's not just permission.
you're gonna answer my questions now.
No, because you've made claims that no, this
You
woman,
said
she was in agreement with this captive. She was super excited to marry the
no.
guy
See,
that had
now you're
unalived her
lying.
family.
Now you're
That's what
lying.
she
Now you're
did.
lying,
So
Joshua.
no, I'm
Now
definitely
you're
not.
lying. You're
I
lying
tell you
now
what,
because
if
you're not
people in the
saying that.
chat
This is
think
what I
I'm
said.
lying,
Hold on. This is
yeah, if
what I
people in
said.
the chat think I'm
No,
lying, put one
this
in.
is
If they
what I
think
said.
he's lying, put
This
two in.
this this is what I
Please.
said here. This is what I said. Right? So you're a liar. I did not say that. I'm gonna tell you what I said. I said this verse does not imply that she's being held against her will. So then what?
There's an
It
awful
would
lot
have
of
to
twos and
imply.
like three
It would
ones.
then have to imply that what? She is agreeing to do these things, to be that
Is
wife.
she consenting?
Okay, that's fine. But you
Slaves
cannot
don't get
What do you
consent,
consent.
my
what do
man.
you
You cannot
what do you
consent
mean
if
she's
you're a young
what do you
child.
mean
You can
that's
only
fine?
consent as an adult.
Can a
Right?
captive consent to schmexual
Yes.
intercourse with her captor?
And I already addressed that,
Is the
Joshua.
answer
They
yes
are no
or
longer
no?
they were
Is
no
the answer
longer.
yes or
No,
no?
I'm not letting you pigeonhole me into answering the questions you
Right,
want me
because
to
it
answer.
You've
makes you
already
sound
answered.
terrible.
I'm not letting you pigeonhole me to answer the questions the way you want me to answer it.
Yeah, because it makes you
We
sound
see
awful.
here that
And you know
she's
it.
not
That's why you
she's
defined
not
justice
in a
earlier
captive.
and then completely withdrew
She
your
is
definition
not
of justice that we had already
she
agreed
is
on.
not in she is not in a captive state anymore.
It doesn't matter. This is what I don't
Yes,
think
oh
you. Well, no. See, the
now it
thing
doesn't
is,
matter.
yeah,
Now
it
it doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter, right? And
Now
it's
it doesn't
scary
matter.
that you think that it does.
PhD for
So
what?
listen, let me tell you
PhD for
why it
what?
doesn't matter. Hey, tough guy. Let me tell you why it doesn't matter. Let's say somebody comes and breaks into my home, right? And they unalive me, they unalive my wife, and they take my kids. Okay, and they take them back to their house, and they say, you know what? I got a liking for this one, so I'm gonna marry her. Right. So now she's elevated. She's no longer she could leave the house if she wanted to. Right? She could go. She's married to me now. Right? And so by your lights, she consented. Because he has elevated her out of the status of kidnappee. Make it make sense.
Okay, I got you. So are you gonna interrupt me?
I mean, I'm
No, go ahead.
terrified at what you're gonna say, honestly, at this point.
Okay, so first of all, you said unalived you and your wife and took your what kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
What ages are you referring to here?
You know what? I will give you any age you want. I have an 18-year-old. Does that work?
No, that does not work.
Okay, let's say I had a 25-year-old. Does that work?
That does work because that would be
Great,
considered
great,
a
great,
woman.
great. So now we have a 25-year-old that's being kidnapped. Go ahead.
So are they being kidnapped here in the text, or are they
Yeah.
willing to go? How do you discern?
They
They're
are, sir,
captives.
they're captives.
Wow.
This is
No,
really terrifying.
you're not understanding.
Yeah,
He's not
I
even the
am
scariest guy I've
understanding.
had this week.
Yeah. I don't know how much longer I can talk to him. I need to go take a shower.
So they're no longer captive if they're willing to go,
What is
right?
that even?
They don't
How can
get a
you be
choice
a
to go.
Jesus Christ?
So
What?
if someone is consenting,
Hey,
if someone is
smart guy. What
consenting
does
to
the
go,
text say? You love the text. What does the text say? Does the text
I
say willing people that are now going to be part of the nation of Israel? What does the
oh
text
now
call
you
them?
want to go to my question. I
No.
asked
I
you
want to
that
go to
same
the
thing.
text. What
I
does the
asked you.
text say?
I
Hey,
asked
what
you
does the
that same
text
question,
say?
Joshua.
Fine. Then you
I
you
asked you the same
educate me.
question.
You educate me. What's the word that's used there in the Hebrew
For which verse specifically?
for the word captive?
Okay, let's get it.
Use that lexicon.
No, because you used the word correctly there, apostate.
I did shit. I wonder what the Blue Letter Bible says it is. This is gonna be great. Actually, it's not. It's horrifying.
Is it? Yeah. Say I don't know if it's great.
We're doing what we came here to do. I say it all the time. Whether I win or lose the debate, if I can expose the danger of these ideologies, it's a success to me.
So the word for here in Hebrew, shibya, right, which means exile. You hear me?
Yep.
Exile.
Sorry, I'm laughing at you for about 3 different reasons.
I'm only laughing for one, but
So that's your answer. So what's next?
Yeah, I mean, I think you probably ought to look at another lexicon.
No, it's shibya, exile.
Mm-hmm.
Abstractly or concretely and collectively.
and what's that the definition of? What word?
Captive.
The definition
you
of
think-
a captive is an exile.
Yeah, why do you think they're not translating it exile? Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure.
What's your favorite translation? Which one do you think is the good one?
I'm using the Strong's definitions.
Yeah, that's not a translation.
Oh, you talking about like King James?
Yeah, is that the one you like?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does King James translate it? How does King James translate it?
It doesn't matter because I would always just go back to the Masoretic text.
You don't even know what the Masoretic text is.
The Masoretic text is made by the Masoretes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what is
The
it?
Strong's is just for the KJV, man.
That's what a lot of the Old Testament is transliterated from.
Oh my God! Like this is so sad. It's not transliterated, right?
It is transliterated.
Do you know what transliterated means?
No, you tell me what it means. How about
Transliterated means if I take the word, let's say I'm taking the word Torah, right? And I spell it Torah. That is a transliteration. If I take the word Shviyah, it would be SH, E with a, reverse circumflex over it. YAH, right? That's a transliteration. It's bringing the sound of one language in characters over to another language.
Exactly.
So if you transliterated Genesis 1:1, you would write in English characters, Boreshit bara Elohim, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, right? You'd write that in English characters, those sounds. That's transliteration. The word you're searching for is translation.
No, I said that the Masoretic text is transliterated into the English text.
Yes, so you have no fucking clue what you're saying.
No,
Wow. Dude, I graduated not even the 7th grade, and I know better than this. This is crazy.
I just explained it to you. So when you read the King James and you open to Genesis 1:1, in English characters it says, spelled out or sounded out, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. That's what it says. The answer's no, Khalil.
No, you don't understand. Like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that must be what it is. Look up transliteration.
And then I think we would all like to circle back and know how if God was doing something unjust or evil, how would you know? How would you be able to tell?
Sorry, I've taken this down though.
This is the point, right? The reason why you guys are on the premise.
You can just apologize and say you were wrong about transliteration. I think everybody'd feel better.
I'm not
pretty sure everybody listening right now, the 135 people hate you anyway, so maybe you should say something like redemptive.
You both would be going into captivity.
Were you wrong about the word transliteration or no? Sir, are you going to say you were wrong about transliteration or no?
Let me see. Let me check it out. Okay, translation says meaning from
Not
one.
translation. They're not the same
You
word.
would just
For
stop being
goodness
wiki and
sake.
let me read both of the definitions. Is what I am doing right now, Mr.
You have
Joshua.
to,
I'm
sir,
gonna
sir,
read
you
both.
must, you
I'm
must
going to read.
understand
I'm
that if
going
we
to read
say,
both
what is the
the
definition of
definitions.
transliteration? And you say,
I'm
yeah,
telling
okay, here we
you.
go. Translation.
Okay,
That
let me
nobody
read.
thinks you're looking up the word transliteration, right?
No,
All right, go
Joshua.
ahead. Go ahead.
You're
Read
you're
translation first
you're
for
you're,
some
you're,
reason.
you're it's all in the
Go
same
ahead.
paragraph, okay? It's all in the same paragraph. I was getting ready
Awesome.
to read the whole thing. It
So
just
you can
started off
understand how it didn't seem that way, right?
no, because you're jumping the gun because you're over here being a devil,
All
right?
right,
This is
here,
what
I'm going to read the definition of transliteration. So translation,
yeah, right.
yeah,
Translation conveys meaning from one language to another, such
yep,
as hello to hola, right?
right, yes,
While transliteration represents the sound of a word from one
exactly,
to another,
Oh,
exactly.
changing pronunciation but not meaning.
So you're going to say, I'm
oh.
sorry, Dr. Josh,
No,
for getting all testy about transliteration when I was
I'm not
dead wrong
apologizing.
about it.
I would say I stand corrected on that,
Okay,
right? Because
good. That's that. I'll
I'm
take that.
humble,
I'll take
but
that.
I'm
I'll
not
take that. That
apologizing
you were
for being a
wrong.
devil.
That's fine. You don't have to apologize as long as you say
Thank
you
you
were
so
wrong about it.
much.
That's
Yes,
cool.
thank you.
That's
We
good. I'm
appreciate
good
that.
with that.
Right, but now can I say my point?
Sure.
Right, so I think it's justification, right? I believe and have faith in the justification that you both are gonna pay for what your forefathers
Yeah,
did to
that's.
our forefathers.
I won't stick around for moving
Yeah,
out
here
of this and into
there's
bullshit.
You're going
there's
into
Um,
captivity both
there's some of that justice
yeah,
back, that
yeah.
divine justice.
sure. That's
Apostate.
justice.
Thank you very much for having me
Thank
up
you. Don't
again.
be silly. Don't be silly. Thank you.
Enjoy. Um, Khalil, do
Uh,
better, man. Do better.
yeah,
All right.
I'm actually going to drop him there. I think he's
Take care.
embarrassed himself
Oh,
thoroughly enough there. But
I mean, look,
Dr. Josh,
I want to be 100% clear. The atrocities that took place in the American South, like we should never, ever, ever forget them. It was horrific, right? And like this whole movement, it's the reason I talk about slavery so much is because you have fuckers out here like Doug Wilson who are trying to say the quiet thing out loud that they don't think slavery is really immoral, right? As long as we do it right, which is just horrific.
and we
I just
see
want to
how
be clear
people
about that.
think right here. I mean, everyone has sat here and watched how people literally think. They agreed with this shit. You have to, and that is the dangers of this ideology, and that's why I do this channel ultimately.
Yeah.
Is that right there?
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you for having me up again. I promise I will stop bombarding
Hey,
bombarding your
please
lives.
don't. You come up
Oh my
whenever
gosh.
you want, buddy.
That's very gracious. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're my official new best friend and co-host,
Oh.
actually.
Man, don't do that because I'll come up here and I'll be all loud and goofy like this. So no, I really
Shit,
appreciate you
please
having me
do.
up,
We'll
man.
start. We'll be the apostate apes from now on.
Oh my gosh. All right, man. Well,
Well,
I'll let you drop me down, man. I'll talk to you later.
I got you, my brother. Thank you
All right.
so much. Y'all heard it there. Joshua Bowen is my new best friend. I hope you're all pretty jealous of me right now. Yes, pretty awesome, Rick. Thank you. y'all, y'all see the apostate apes running the best of circles of the most educated atheist, even though we're pretty sure he wasn't a scholar. That whoever that Josh Bowen one was, he wasn't. According to the other guy, he was no scholar anyway. Those John Hopkins PhDs are. You can buy one for like $20, I think. I'm pretty sure. They teach you Hebrew though, so that's a pretty good deal actually, I think. Well, how wild was that, y'all? How wild was that? Wow. The channel is exploding. Up to 1140. Wow. Yes, y'all give Dr. Josh a follow. If you haven't read the Atheist Handbook to the Old Testament, you could start your own channel and do these debates just based on the knowledge in those books that Dr. Joshua wrote there. They're amazing. Amazing. And if you get it on audiobook, Seth Andrews actually narrates them, so that's pretty incredible too. All right, so holy moly, how wild was that shit? All right, so we're going to try. Actually, give me 1 second, and then Maddie's next, I think, if he's still there. Anyway, I do what I can, Mesa. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Thank you. That's pretty good here. Absolutely, yeah, that was fucking scary, and he's not even. That's getting clipped, obviously, but he's not he wasn't even the scariest dude that I've talked to. I don't think there was other. At least he was some sort of normal. I don't know how to explain it. Like he was some sort of normal, but I've actually talked to people that was saying the same thing, but just to me at least seemed way more just like tunnel vision on the. I don't know. To me, the other guy was. I've talked to worse actually, even as bad as that was. Not trying to downplay the dude there. It's just I can't believe that grown fucking people in the year 2025 will come up here and defend a fucking fairy tale by straight up saying, yeah, it's okay to own people's property. Like, I can even understand people maybe thinking that, but like, if it was me, like, I'm keeping that bullshit a secret. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's just me, but hey, shout it from the rooftops if you're a Christian there. But hey, I'll give him this too. At least he was being honest with the fucking text. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, they don't. Laws of thermodynamics point to matter and energy being eternal themselves. This is what I think. Not that I don't worry about the starts of universes too much as y'all. I'll just argue from the Bible here. I'm trying to debunk Christianity because you see what happens with the brain rot that comes with trying to justify the shit in this book. So I aim at Christians and not necessarily just general creator gods. Anyway, let's see if Maddie's still.
How you doing, man? I appreciate you having me, brother.
Yeah, no problem. You're over 18, right?
Yeah, I'm 45. No, honestly, I
You're
am
a Christian too, right?
I'm sorry?
You're a Christian though?
Yes, I would consider myself a Christian. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. All right, what was you saying? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I actually didn't. My reasoning for coming up here was to poke holes in your reasoning and your premise and Joshua's premise in the first place. Do you agree, or excuse me, do you believe in God?
No.
You don't believe in God? Okay.
No.
Do you believe in Jesus Christ?
No.
Okay. Do you believe in the Bible?
No.
Okay. So you're up here trying to prove a negative.
Yeah. Yeah, so like if you're in school and you have a history book that's claiming to teach accurate history, how would you go about judging whether that book teaches accurate history or not?
But you don't believe that it's you don't believe it in the first place. Like 2 + 2 doesn't have to equal 4 for you if you don't believe
Well,
in it.
no, hold on. How would you go about proving a book right or wrong if it's claiming to be accurate history?
Well, you don't believe in it in the first place, so it doesn't even matter.
Sir, I don't have a presupposition to this, even though I did used to have one.
Well, you do have a presupposition.
Believe it for most of my life. So
you do have a presupposition.
So could you just answer my question? How do you prove a book whether it's accurate or not? No, you didn't.
Answered it. What's the question?
How do you prove if a book is accurate or not if it's claiming to be accurate history?
Yeah, you can't because you don't believe in it in the first place.
Wow. So you can't even answer a simple question?
No, it's a value. You're giving me a value statement, and I'm giving you the
Why
context.
would I believe it? How do you know if something is true or not?
Because I've already asked you 3 questions, and you said no to.
Sir, you can't be this dull. Like, this is bad.
Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning. Do you believe in God?
So how do you prove if a history book that claims to be accurate history is actually true or not? No, you just told me I believe it or not. That's not an answer to the question.
Again, ask the question. I'll give you a definitive yes or no. You won't.
How do you prove if a book is accurate to what it's claiming to be accurate to or not?
You can't because you don't believe in it.
You can. You actually have to read it and you have to judge the content of the words that it's saying.
But you don't believe in it.
Doesn't that make sense to you?
No, I see what you're saying. You don't believe in it in the first place, brother.
Because it's not true.
Because you can't prove it, correct?
I can prove it. That's what I do up
But you
here
don't, so
every
you
day.
can
I
prove
just read the book.
so you can prove a negative.
Yeah, so when a book is not
Whoa,
true,
tell me
but people
that.
think it is, you actually have to read it to them and show them that it's not true based on what it's saying, basis what we know about what it's saying. That's how you do this, and that's why I read the book.
No. Honestly, brother, I'm up here in good faith. I couldn't care either way.
It
Okay,
really doesn't
I
sound
am a
like you are right now, even though you're being nice.
no, I understand. What I'm trying to say is, if you don't, it would be like you said you don't believe in God, you don't believe in the Bible, and you
Because it's not true. I don't have a reason to believe this book is true.
exactly. So why would you try to prove
Exactly.
a negative?
Because this is a debate stage. People come up here and debate if
Well,
it's
then
true or
that's
not.
then that is a nonsensical stance.
What is?
You're trying to prove a negative is a nonsensical application.
You requested to come talk to me about this. This is a
Correct.
debate. Debate a former Christian.
No. What I'm
You
trying to show.
asked to be here. I did not drag you up here and gaslight you into this. Like, you
No,
asked
no,
to
no,
be
no,
here.
no. I'm trying to prove that what you're saying is nonsensical.
Well, you have to say something that makes sense to do that.
Sure. Let me do it. Let me do it again. Do you
Okay,
believe
well,
in
saying
God?
you don't believe it does
No,
not
no,
make a
no.
justification for making the book true or not.
Okay, again, do you believe in God?
No,
Do you believe in Jesus Christ?
no,
Do you believe in the Bible?
no.
Then what
Because
are
the
we talking
Bible
about?
cannot
What are we
stand
talking
on its
about?
own truth.
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about the Bible not being true.
But you don't believe in it.
I know because it's not true. I don't know
Then
how
how
else to
could you
explain that to you, but
possibly
I can't
prove?
look. I'm not going to sit up here and keep repeating myself over and over again. You're going to have to get to something intelligent or something.
No, it's intelligent. You just don't want to. You just don't want to stand
Oh
on
my
business
goodness.
that what you're saying is nonsensical, brother.
What you're saying is nonsensical,
It would be
brother.
like me trying to talk about Islam if I don't know what it if I don't believe
I
in it
don't
in the
talk
first
about
place.
Islam.
No.
I don't talk about Islam.
I'm using this as a reference to why I believe what you're saying is nonsensical. If I came up here and told you that I believe this and that and the other is what I believe, but then in the same breath I
Do you
tell you
think the
that I
Quran's
don't
true?
believe, but I don't believe in it in the first
Do
place,
you
then
think
it's
the
a
Quran's
nonsense.
true?
No, what I'm trying to say is I'm giving you
Okay, so you don't think the Quran's true, right?
I'm using it as a reference of to
I
what you're
know. That's why
saying.
I'm just asking you though. You don't think it's true, right?
No, I don't know. I've never read it. I wouldn't know.
So if somebody read it and didn't think it was true, would they be qualified to then argue it's not true based on what they read?
No, because they don't believe in it.
Oh, so you're not supposed to study the things you argue about. Okay.
No, it's just saying if you're going to give a
I
value,
believe it's not true, so I use it to argue that it's not true, and
then
it's
you're
not.
giving a
That's why the
nonsensical.
only thing you can do is repeat over and over again that I don't believe it, and you think that's some sort of justification for this, but it's not. It's just
Well, then
silly.
unfortunately we agree to disagree. I don't think you can believe in something you
I don't
disbelieve
agree to
in.
disagree. I think you're just wrong.
Okay, well, I'll simplify.
Yeah, so
Let me
someone who has been reading this for decades is well qualified to argue whether its content is true or not.
listen. What I'm trying to tell you is you're trying to convince me that 2 + 2 is 4 when you don't believe 2 + 2 is 4.
I'm just trying to explain why I use the Bible to debate the Bible. Because to prove the Bible's not true, I actually have to read the Bible and show people that it's not true, other than me just sitting up here and saying I don't believe it. That's silly. That's what you're doing right now.
No, fair enough. Do
Okay.
you believe that belief is valuable
In what regards?
in any regard? Do you believe that, like you believe that you love? I don't know if you have children.
If a belief's just a subset of knowledge, then yeah, I do believe that. Yeah.
Okay, so you believe that belief holds value.
In some regards, yeah.
Okay. I'll be giving you yes or no's. Can you give me a definitive yes or no? Is belief a good belief?
It depends. That's not a yes or no question.
But I've given
That's
you a
why I'm
definitive.
trying to keep it as simple as possible and just say it depends.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. All right, we just disagree. I understand.
Okay.
No, we disagree. I just think that you need to have context around something if you want to believe something. I believe.
Oh, I got context. I know the context of the Bible. I know it probably way better than you do.
Probably do. Fair enough. You probably do.
Probably do. So who's better qualified to argue if something's true or not? Somebody who knows way more about the text, or somebody who don't?
Right. I honestly believe if you don't believe that 2 + 2 is 4, you can't tell me that it is sometimes.
I know 2 + 2 is 4. And if
Then how can you
somebody's
tell me?
arguing that it's not, they're going to have to do a lot of work, aren't they?
But you're making an assumption that it can be sometimes.
No, I'm not.
Here you are.
No, I'm not.
Okay, is 2 plus 2 4?
Yeah.
Okay, do you believe that sometimes it can't equal
Nope.
4? Then you're
It's illogical.
right, exactly. You have to believe
Yeah.
it. So it's a value statement.
I don't have to believe it. I have to be able to prove it.
No, you just said
I can
you
prove
said
that 2
believe it.
plus 2 is 4. You know that, right?
Right, that is a value statement.
Okay,
Correct.
that's what debating is. It's proving
No,
what you're saying. If you say 2 plus 2 is 4 and someone disagrees, they either have to prove you're wrong
okay,
or you have to prove you're right.
okay.
You have
I
to
guess
actually prove it, though. Saying I believe it isn't proof. You
okay.
understand that, right?
No, we disagree. I'll clarify everything. I don't believe that you can prove a negative.
I can prove the Bible's words aren't true based on its words.
But again, if you think that
If
it's
the
a
Bible
negative and it's
says 2 plus 2 is 3, it's clearly wrong, isn't it?
correct.
Correct. So I read the Bible and say this
So now
and
you're
this
wait.
or
So
this was supposed to happen and this didn't happen or something else happened, and that means the words of the
now,
Bible was wrong.
but now your assertion is contradictory. You believe that 2
They're
plus 2 is
not.
4.
Do you want to actually just read the Bible?
No, look.
Yeah.
I'll drop down. I just think that you can't prove a negative. That would basically be my conclusion. If you don't
I'm
believe,
not trying to prove that God don't exist. I'm trying to prove that Christianity is wrong based on the Bible. That's what I do here.
fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for having me, brother.
No problem.
Yep.
Whew. Yikes. That's the logic there, folks. You got to believe it. Coincidentally, nobody who don't believe the Bible who reads it is going to start believing it because they read it. Never happens, ever. You have to believe it first and then read it. That's how the Bible makes sense, as if you already presuppose it. That's literally it. Nobody reads the Bible and becomes a Christian. Nobody. Especially if they read it unsupervised. Apparently, that's a very, 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 very dangerous thing. So you just can't read that literally. What the fuck? You can't just read it. How scary is it that somebody might just want to read the Bible and grab a copy and start reading, like unsupervised and everything? Like, what the hell are they gonna think? You know what I'm saying? Hilo Dragon, what up, dog?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing great, man. How about you?
Wonderful. Yeah, that was fantastic, man. I love Dr. Bowen so much, and
Thank you.
freaking
Thank
appreciate
you.
you
Me
too,
too.
brother. Yeah.
I saw you
I
on
just want to.
something the other night, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool.
What did you say again? I'm sorry, I missed that.
I said that's pretty fucking cool.
You said what is it you saw?
I just saw you on Justin
Oh, yeah.
on
Yeah.
DZ Debates. I said that was freaking cool, man.
Yeah, yeah. I love Justin so much. Our whole community is fantastic, and it's,
Me
TikTok.
too. I'm a member of the Kraken Crew Elite, buddy.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah. Justin's the best, and Dr. Bowen is too.
He
I don't know
really
if
is.
this.
I learned a lot from him.
Me too. Yeah, and I still am, right? Every day, right? Learn something new.
Fuck yeah.
But I don't know if
Well, you
the
got
guy is still here, but I just wanted to say really quick, it is very, very, very possible to prove a negative, right? There's an easy example we use. Well, law enforcement use this all the time. If we say a suspect is in a room or in a house, and they go into the house and there's no suspect there, you just proved a negative, right? So he's just wrong that you can't prove a negative.
I love that.
Okay. You say, listen, there's a guy in that house. Okay, we searched the entire house, top to bottom. There ain't nobody in here. You just proved a negative, buddy. Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Wait. Damn. I think you did. You got a minute to hang out up here?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Well shit. Let's see if we can get one in here and you can be the co-host here for a bit. All right, let me see. There's still a ton of people in the queue. I don't know who's been hanging out. Some of these have been here for a while. Let's try. Maybe Carson's here. Carson, are you there? Carson? Oh, must have been an accident. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, hello. Let's see here. Maybe James is still here. Nope. I'm afraid a bunch of our people in the queue have already been here for quite a while. Let's see. 20? Maybe 20. 20, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, buddy.
Hey, what's up, man? You're over 18?
Yes, sir. I'm 51.
Awesome, and you're one of the Christians?
I'm not a Christian, though, man. I was just listening to the clown earlier say nonsense, and I was just upset because you can't believe in something you don't know.
You
You
can't
can
what?
only believe in what you don't know.
Oh, true. I think.
It is.
But
Belief means blind, buddy. You can't believe in something and know it too. That's a fact.
hey,
Belief
that's a good
requires
point. Yeah,
doubt to
that's a good
exist.
point. Yeah. Well, that's why I was saying earlier too. Like, if you consider knowledge like or a belief a subset of knowledge or whatever, vice versa. I said you can maybe get there somehow or another. But yeah, absolutely, bro. I appreciate that. Just looking to debate Christians at the moment. So if you're a Christian, come on up, and we want to talk to you. Well, shit. Certainly we'll get one. I had 9 people in here a second ago. Oh, well, never mind, Philo Dragon. I guess I've run out. Y'all gonna have to tap the screen some more. We run out of people in the queue here. Pahalo Dragon. I like Pahalo Dragon the best.
What's that?
I said I like Pahalo Dragon the best. That's how I
Well,
pronounce your name there.
it's Philo, but
Pahalo sounds pretty cool though, right?
yeah. A lot of people think it comes from philosophy, philosophy,
No,
but
it
it actually,
I was just using my 7th grade education there, man.
right? I know, right? Ron, yeah. Pahad.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you. Pahalo Dragon. Pahalo
Actually,
Dragon.
it's more of a martial arts reference than anything. Love of the
That's
Dragon,
cool.
martial arts reference. Yeah.
I did MMA for like a decade, so I feel that.
Oh, love it, bro. Hey, do you play any musical instruments by chance?
I play guitar, but I haven't played in a while. When I had kids, it got a lot harder because they kept trying to play while I was playing, so I didn't kind of phased it out.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, well, I play in a band with J Mike, if you know who J Mike is.
J Mike. That's the guy with the beard?
Yeah, he's one of the hosts of
Oh
Atheist.
shit, yeah, yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, I know who that is. That's cool. I didn't know he was in a band.
Yeah, so him and I play in a band, and we're looking for other musicians to work with, like in our community, you know.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm probably not good I can sing really good if you like, country voice.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
do country music?
no, it's really progressive heavy metal stuff.
Oh shit, yeah, I can't do that unfortunately. If you change over to a country genre, I'm your man though.
Okay, fair enough.
Blue moon in Kentucky, keep on shining.
Yeah,
See,
there
I'm
you
good
go.
at that. I could be famous if I wanted to.
Right?
Right?
That'd be cool
Not
to
so
write
much
some
for metal
country
though.
atheist songs. How about that?
There you go. I don't even listen to much music anymore, to be honest with you. Like if I'm in the car or work, I listen to audiobooks and stuff like that. But if I turn on music at my job, I just put it on Tool or Perfect Circle every time, every day.
Great bands, yeah, 100%.
Fuck yeah! I think Maynard's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Well, shit, we still can't. We gotta get somebody in here to debate y'all. They keep rolling through, but I can't get somebody to stick here. And I still got a little while. Still got a good hour.
It is really strange though, right? Like how you just expose this reality that words like good and just and holy and stuff, they just have no meaning in Christianity because the target just moves. As soon as you point out something that's a clear counterexample to what would be considered good, they just say, "Oh, that's good too." So everything is good. So in which case, there's no bad, right? It's
Exactly.
really,
Yeah.
really hilarious, right?
Would you hear at the start of the last guy?
No, not in the beginning, no.
Like, I literally, the first thing I did was get him, same as Justin does. I got him to agree on a definition of justice, right? And like the second he realized that God was about to be put in that spot, that wasn't the definition anymore. All of a sudden there was caveats and stuff. I was like, yep.
Yeah.
That's how it
Well,
goes.
One tactic that I know Justin's been using and Ian's been doing this too is they set it up to where they can put a notepad above their head and they type out what the person says. Because then the person has to look at what they just said right in their face. And then when they go back on it, then you're like, you told me that this is right above my head here. This is what you said. And then they're really, really embarrassed, right? Like,
That is a good tactic. I can't write good though. I might make a silliness of myself if I try to do that. I misspell a bunch of shit and hold it up.
right on the fly.
I look like an asshole.
Fair enough.
I know what his motherfucker said though. Like, we agreed on that shit. I do it every time. Like, I already know. And that's why I started reading this one verse here. And every time before I read it, I actually say the verse, like what I'm about to read verbatim, right? And they hear it. And I say, this is what I'm going to say, and this is what you're going to say. And then every single time I read it, and that last, well, not the last guy, the one before that, he literally said it. He goes, it doesn't say that. I said, I just read it to you, dude. He said, no, it doesn't say that. I said, I just read it. And I said it before I read it too. So, surreal.
Yeah, it's crazy how they want to distance themselves from, say, like the barbarism of Islam, but it's like you have the same barbarism, bud.
Yeah, the whole unalive apostates thing. I bring that up all the time in Deuteronomy 13 and 17. Same difference. People that go to other gods, throw rocks at them. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, Islam is so barbaric. We Christians are loving. It's like, oh, really? Let's start reading the Hebrew Bible. Oh, wait, no, backtrack.
Well, yeah, don't read that part. Christians are way better than the Bible for the most part. But when you try to argue with them about it, they put that mindset on display up here, sadly. Let's see. Well, shit, I don't know what happened. I guess we scared all the guests off, man. I was going to try to... There was like 9 or 10 in the queue still, but we went through them all. Well, y'all tap that screen. I've still got a good 45 minutes. I can be wrapped up here, so y'all tap that screen for us. We got the Philo dragon up here. Pahalo dragon, as I like to say. Come on now. Oh, there's another one. Nope. Well, yep, we got to get one in the queue, y'all. We'll have to keep the screen tapped. That's what TikTok demands. I didn't figure out how to stream on YouTube and TikTok. Because my TikTok's blowing up this fast, I feel like YouTube could do pretty good too. But I know not how to do those things. Even though sadly I watched the video on how to do it, and I still don't know how to do it. Because it didn't walk me through it simply enough. I'm pretty bad, man. I say I'm an idiot on here all the time. I'm not exaggerating. Like, I know I sound like I'm brilliant every now and then, but sadly not the case. No shame in my game, though.
Yeah, no shame. I feel like if you know your Bible pretty well, you know more than most Christians. So.
Oh, I do know the Bible pretty good. That's for sure. I actually spent quite a long time getting like the material. Like, I've been I guess you know who the godless engineer is.
Yes.
So I'm from the same town as him, and all the way back in 2018, I was kind of getting into some debates. But it wasn't like I didn't know people debated religion and stuff back then. But anyway, my mom's calls me up and she goes, "Hey, I know you've been watching debates lately," which I was watching like communism versus capitalism and stuff like that. But anyway, she goes, "Well, there's a church here in this little town having a debate." So I'm like, I was like, "Get the fuck out of here. Churches have debates." And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Well, that sounds interesting." I said, "What are they debating?" And she said, "There's a guy named the Godless Engineer and he's debating a guy on evolution." And I was like, "What? Evolution?" I was like, "What do they debate about that?" And she's like, "Well, you know, if it happens or not." And I was like, "Get the fuck out of here." I was like, "There's a debate in a church whether evolution happens or not." And like, I've been obsessed ever since, basically. But the Godless Engineer, I went and watched him debate in person. I've been been obsessed ever since. It's wild.
Yeah, I've seen many of those church debates. I've actually seen Kent Ovind speak at church in person.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you mean like a sermon or a?
Well, no, it was like against evolution. So he had this whole slides, for and 2 hours that he would do lead slides
A dog can
showing.
only have a dog.
Yeah, it was really funny. This was back in the 90s, right? I'm from Southern California originally, and he
Oh
was
shit.
touring around the country at all these churches, and they would pay him to teach against evolution. And the church was packed. I mean, it was just packed, right? It's just
That was
crazy.
pre-prison, right?
Yeah, it's like roughly like 1999, 2000, something
Yeah.
like that.
He got curbed a bit after prison, I think.
Mhm. Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah.
yeah. I seen one of the earlier debates I seen with him was him and Professor Dave, and it was
hmm
Professor Dave was talking about the tax thing before the debates, and the guy Kit Hovind brought up like paying taxes for teaching that in school. He goes, "You're bringing up taxes to me, really?" he didn't even get it. He was like, "Yeah, why?" Which is like, wow, that's the hypocrisy there.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Oh well, shit. I don't know what's happening. We're getting a ton of people in the queue, but nobody's actually coming up here.
Hey team, if you guys haven't already, make sure to repost the bottom right of your screen. Hit that right arrow and then click on repost, and it'll
Great
repost it on
suggestion.
your channel. Send it out. Yeah.
Oh, maybe there's one here finally. Prime Wolf, you there?
Yeah,
Awesome. Are you over 18?
I'm 36.
Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Yay, fantastic. So which one of these topics do you want to debate us on here today?
Um, the top one because I can't read the other one because you're standing or sitting in front of it.
Oh, that's just a little Christians only thing. It's not an actual topic. So you want to debate if God is just or not?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I say God is unjust because he does things like punishing people for other people's crimes. He unalives a lady for looking in the wrong direction. Like, I don't consider these justice. You wouldn't agree with me?
I think he's just.
So how would you define justice?
Um,
Would you say it's getting
Justice.
what you deserve, like an eye for an eye? You do the crime, you do the time? In
It's a
general?
behavior or a treatment. Are you saying
Well,
that? What do you mean by justice or just?
well, if we're going to argue if God is just or not, we have to define some sort of general sense of justice, right? So I'm just saying, I think justice is getting what you deserve for something, like it says in the Old Testament, an eye for an eye, or we say in America, you do the crime, you do the time. So would you agree that's the general sense of justice?
Mm, God's justice is different, I think.
How so?
The biblical justice calls for the fair treatment and the right relationship, emphasizing that justice and mercy is intertwined.
I don't know about that. Do you think generational punishments are considered just? Like, if you committed a crime and your great 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 grandchild was punished for it, do you think that would be considered justice?
Did they do the same crime?
No, I'm talking about for your crime.
Well, are you talking about Adam doing something and then Adam's children are doing the same thing? That's why they
No,
get
I'm just
punished?
talking about in general. Like, if you committed a crime and your great 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 grandchild was punished for that, would you consider that justice or injustice? Just that simple example.
Hmm. Doesn't seem okay to be punished by something that someone else did.
Well, that's basically generational punishment. That's what I'm asking. If you think that's considered just or not, which I don't. I agree with you. I don't consider it justice either.
No, I don't. That is a little weird.
Okay, well, that's what God does all through the Bible. Well, not all through, up until the New Covenant, actually, but He does it a bunch.
What parts?
Just for example, actually one that I haven't used in a while. How about you heard of the slaughter of the Amalekites?
Yeah,
You know why they were punished? Why God ordered their genocide?
that one's a little hazy for me. I haven't read it in a while.
Well, it says in the thing, he says, go and utterly destroy Amalek and destroy all that they have for opposing the Israelites when they came up out of Egypt, right?
So why were they punished again?
For opposing the Israelites when they came up out of Egypt, is what it says. But that was 400 years earlier. That was like 15 or 16 generations after the fact. So it's one of those generational punishments. He ordered the genocide of people, including children and infants, verbatim. That's a generational punishment, something we agreed is unjust, right?
Well, that seems legit.
Well, there you go. You agree with me, it sounds like. God is unjust.
Well, he can because he's God. He can do whatever he wants.
Well, there you go. It doesn't make him just or unjust to be able to do whatever he wants, though, does it?
Yeah.
Well, so why would you worship a God that's not just?
So you don't believe God exists at all?
No, and even if he did, I wouldn't worship him because he seems to be doing unjust things, and I don't think that's a good quality to worship. You don't, do you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you think God is unjust, how do you feel about worshiping a God that's not just?
How do I feel for worshiping a God that's not justice?
Yeah, I mean, that don't bother you?
No.
It don't?
No, because he's God. He can do whatever he wants to.
It doesn't make him like good or right or loving, though, does it? It just means he's a big bully who's doing whatever he wants. Almost like he's a narcissist.
What's a narcissist mean?
Somebody who's overly self-centered and has a sense of grandeur and importance that's not warranted.
If God was evil, could you know it?
If God was evil, can we know it? So say in an instance, if God is real right for you guys, because I believe he is, why would he make us and, create us and then is a complete bully on us? What does he just mean?
It actually
That's what he does?
That. Yeah. It literally
so
he does all this for his own glory, so his own name might be proclaimed through all the earth. Literally why he does it all.
Just to be a mean God, that's what he did. One time he just said, "Okay, I'm going to create all these beings just to be a complete jerk."
Yeah, you know he made Adam because he didn't have anybody to till the land, right? He needed a farmer.
So he made Adam into a slave, is what you're saying?
Yeah, we're all slaves, but he can do whatever he wants, right? We're slaves at his whim. We are clay, wads of clay, unmolded.
My question pertains more to what we were talking about in terms of justice and injustice. So again, let's say, for example, if God was evil, could you know that he was evil? And if you could know, how would you know?
I don't think you could know.
There you go. Because the problem is when you say that justice means the same thing
Well,
effectively as
how do you,
injustice, then you can't decipher between what's just and unjust.
That's a big problem
well, why
ideologically
would God
because
send his son down to die for sin then?
We don't believe that he did.
So even
especially
the
when the Old
Romans have
Testament
stories
literally
of Jesus
says
dying
each
on
will
the
die for their
cross.
own sin in the new covenant. You know that, right?
So the New Testament, you guys don't believe it's a word that's in there.
Well, it depends. I mean, stuff it claims different things, so each of the claims has to stand their own. Now, if you're talking in general, and Jesus being a credible person with anything he says, no. Now, Jesus might have said a thing or two here that's true, like Jerusalem's a real place or something like that. But theology wise, no, because if you just read the Old Testament, like in Jeremiah, when the new covenant is formed, it says each will die for their own sins, meaning someone can't die for you, like Jesus.
Hmm.
So this was a big problem for me as a Christian and stuff like this.
What's the
Like if you can't
definition
even
of justice?
justify these actions or know if he's doing something good or evil, like I found like that was a big problem for me.
Wouldn't you have to be a certain type of mean to be just?
Well, you would have to have a concept of justice to begin with, and then hold
Do you
whoever
think all
you're
judges are
accountable to that
just?
standard. Yeah.
Do you think people that are judges they're just, all of them, or do you think
I
they
think they
have?
try to be according to the law, besides like a corrupt one here and there. Is.
So maybe you think that God just makes mistakes,
He does make mistakes.
but that wouldn't make any sense because God doesn't make mistakes. Is what the Bible says.
Well, it doesn't make sense if you think God doesn't mistakes, but if you read the Bible, he does make mistakes. He regretted making men. He regretted making Saul the king. Like he made a lot of mistakes. He regrets these things.
You know, I
But
do
that's
believe that. I believe in that. I do agree with you with that. But the whole just thing, I'm still a little teeter-totter on. It's not against you guys. I'm struggling right now with that because I'm looking this up myself. So you
yeah.
got me there.
I mean, think about, for example, what Apostate Ape just said, right? In the book of, this one hit me really hard when I was in my deconstruction process. 1 Samuel chapter 15, if you just read through there, right? It says this Yahweh character, right? He takes out the infants, right? He commands the taking out of infants and so forth. Well, if I think about this just in terms of historical writings, right? What makes more sense? If that was just written by men or that was written by an all-loving God?
Maybe, see, that's the thing. I don't believe maybe the Bible or the people that wrote it, they got their stuff wrong in there. Maybe
Yeah.
God
So
is
why trust any
what
of
it
it?
says it is, but they write that there's just so much stuff that makes no sense in there for me. I'm still working on that on myself. And I don't believe that Christians at the churches are who they say they are. I think they are fake because people can't be 100% a Christian. That's just my opinion. So I get what your guys are saying here with the just thing. I'm working on that myself.
Yeah, I mean, think about for a moment, like if, let's say, you're a Christian, you believe Christianity, but if you were to look at a different text that like you don't believe in, right, or that we also don't believe in, if we were to look and examine from an outside perspective the world of Islam and look at the commands and the horrific things that are taught there, clearly we're going to say that's not loving, it's not just, and therefore like it's most likely like written just by men and women alone, right? So we say if that's a clear example of men and men alone writing stuff down, right? Why wouldn't we also say that this also is a clear example of just men and men alone writing stuff down that would suit their purpose at that time?
Yeah. I mean, whenever someone this is what you guys you're going about here. So there's multiple stories, and it's basically the people that are in there. They mess up, they make mistakes, right? And God punishes them because they do this. Sometimes he kills them. Like everybody other than Noah and his family, they get killed. But
And if that's not bad enough, he makes them do awful things to each other beforehand, just as a
see,
good
this
measure.
is the thing that makes no sense to me. Is if you ever read the Bible, that the books that they took out of the Bible?
Some of them. So,
from my understanding, the reason why he flooded it is because of the giants, so they say in there.
Yeah.
But this is the thing that I've been trying to tell the pastors that I go through. Some of it just doesn't make any sense. The story's backwards and weird, because right now, all we have to do is go to church and do all this stuff. They have a list of stuff that you need to get right with Jesus. What about all the people that already died?
Yeah.
Before Jesus
It's almost
came.
like it's a big old fairy tale that people actually try to believe and make sense of, but when they actually think about it like you are, you can't make sense of it because it don't make any sense. It does make sense, though, if God is a big giant narcissist who is unjust and does whatever the hell he wants to people like a big crazy psycho, because that's what he does.
So this is the reason. If I ain't pushing this on you guys, I'm just giving you an example. So obviously you guys don't believe in God. So I went to church. My wife died of COVID, and I have 3 kids. So I started going to church because, we held the service out of church because of her family, And of course.
Oh, sorry, just 1 second, Prime. I got to respond to somebody here. I don't need an IQ test. I already know I'm an idiot, and I've said it at least 3 times this show. So carry on.
So I'm still new in the Bible. Sorry, I shouldn't have probably came up here, but anyway, my point is this. When I went up to church, I start going out with this girl about 10 months later because I have 3 kids, right? I need some woman figure around them, and I need to have somebody with me, So she went to the same church I did, so we sat together, and they told us that we had to stop singing in the choir because we sat together at the church. Where the hell in the Bible does it say that?
Fuck if I know.
Well, the first
I know where it says you can own people as property.
The first and foremost thing I want to say to you, brother, is that my heart goes out to you. Your wife passed away, and that's I can't even imagine the pain that you're going through. It's terrible, and yeah, I mean, I don't have the words for that, brother. It's horrible, and I know, you want to have a community, people around you, and that's part of what we're trying to do here is to build the actual humanist community, right, of people who do care, regardless of your theological beliefs or applying a purity test that you have to believe XYZ thing. No, I think that we should care about people universally.
So,
and I apologize because I did not hear that part. So I'm sorry.
So you're fine. This is the point that I'm going to get across to everybody before I go, right? Either there ain't no such thing as God, and it's just people trying to control people with a hocus pocus story. Or there is such thing as God, and we got it wrong. Years and thousands of years ago.
It could be
That's
more
the only
complicated
thing
than
that I
that.
can
There's
think
a lot
of.
of people that think it's true that's trying to teach it too. You know what I mean?
I get it. I get what you're doing. I'm just saying either there's no such thing, and it's just people controlling people. And then it just kept going because I get the crowd control. That's all it's about. How are you going to get millions of people to stop murdering and stop doing all this stuff? Because, I mean, how many wars and crazy stuff happened thousands of years ago? Who knows? But, I mean,
Well, if this book was going to stop it, I would imagine it would already happen.
That's what I'm saying. And then they just say Jesus is coming. Well, most of it doesn't make any sense. That's probably why they didn't want me there, because I was telling the book them doesn't even make no sense. But
Yeah.
it's like, you ever heard of the lotus flower?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like the lotus flower is the book, the Bible. It just keeps making you sleep and keeps making you dream, and you forget everything else. And then, you get what I'm saying? It's like a trick.
It is a trick.
But that's much my opinion. Either the Bible's, there is such thing as God and the Bible got it wrong, or there ain't no such thing and it's a hocus pocus story. So,
Yeah, and
Well, I mean, this could be a hocus pocus story, and there could be a real other God too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
what do you mean?
Well, I mean, there could just be like Zeus could be real.
Yeah, I get what that means. Yeah.
Right? There's people who are
I mean,
pantheists, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Right? Like, there are
Why
plenty
would
of
a
people.
God make beings that look like him then? Because Zeus is depicted as looking like a human, right? So why would he just make more humans? That wouldn't he make him? Wouldn't it be a different style of Zeus or whoever? Wouldn't they? Why would a God that? Why would a God make himself pretty much human? I mean, they're the same, unless he has a different form, then he just makes himself look like humans. You know what I mean? There's so much more to that than just,
It's just people's
so
imaginations, man. Like the Greeks were actually pretty
That's what I'm
unique
saying.
when they came along with like human gods who were flawed, like just like other people. You know what I mean? Like I think they wanted God to be a representation of what they wanted to be, sort of. But they was also admitting their flaws and stuff like that, and saying watch out for it, like it's teaching a story, sort of.
Hey, Prime, I want to invite you, brother. We have a community, right? We have a Discord, and I want to invite you to join because I know how important community is, and especially if you're going through a tough time. So, you're welcome in our community anytime.
All right.
Absolutely.
So send one of us a message, and we'll send you the Discord because it's called the Deconstruction Junction, and I think it's like, what is it, 3,000 or 4,000 people so far?
Yeah. My thing is to the Christians that are listening, the churches, they got it. They're wrong about everything. You can't even go to church and be accepted, and that just shows how many people don't follow how God is supposed. If God is real, and just it doesn't make any sense. You can't throw someone away. Because
that's why I say we probably shouldn't believe it.
So,
especially when you can't even, when it puts you in the mental position of not even being able to know if God is doing something good or evil. Let's just throw up red flags in everybody's mind right then. And I say it all the time, man. I'm a super simple person. So if I can understand this stuff, I think pretty much nobody's without excuse. I think that's my superpower, is my simple mind. Like I can.
This is my saying here. In an example, if there is a God, right, and I went to church, and that's what he wants me to do, right? But the people there didn't like me or something, what I did, and they pretty much pushed me away. Say I die and I go to hell, if it's real, why is it my fault? I try to do the stuff, but your people that are supposed to be your examples, leading by example, they don't do that. So that's it's stupid.
Yeah, you're making a really good argument for God being an unjust narcissist and liar.
It's crazy, man.
It is great.
But hopefully I don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
Jump on that Discord, man. Learn some, embrace some community that actually accepts people for who they are and their flaws and their problems, and not just Christians who only accept them in most part if they adhere to their same God belief.
Well, I end up joining a one Discord before, and I was like trying to get support But then you got people that are Satanists in there. That's stupid.
Yeah, but they don't believe in a literal Satan, though.
Some of them don't, but some of them do.
Nope,
My
none of
thing
them.
is like,
Little knowledge go
I
a long
don't
way,
know.
buddy.
It's hard to trust people that, you know, maybe they're somewhat lost too. They don't know what to do. So
Hey, we're all in
why
the same
would
boat.
my
That's
thing is this?
that's what we're for, man.
Yeah,
It's a big
my
tent. The point is, it's a big tent. We're not going to apply purity test, right? It's a big tent. And so when you have a big tent, you got to allow for diversity. And that's part of the inclusion is to say, yeah, like we practice tolerance. We say, you don't have to be perfect to be part of the humanist community. We're all trying our best and we're trying to get the best support we can. And I think we're doing a better job than religion because we don't need to say, well, you're out if you don't believe this theology, right?
Exactly. And you don't have to, you just learning and fostering understanding is how you get into these like mindsets that we're in. Like when you learn that Satanists don't actually believe in an evil, mean Satan, and that's what they do. Satan is just a mascot for, he represents like rebelling against authority that's unjust. Like that's literally the whole idea behind this. So when you learn stuff like that about people, then you understand where they're coming from a little better. But you ultimately understand everybody because everybody has unique problems and stuff like that. We're all in the same boat, man. Say it all the
I
time.
get it. My thing is this though. Why do some people do this? Some things they do, we never know. I mean, I could tell you stuff that is sad. I mean, I'm just going to be vulnerable. The wife that died, I looked through her phone and she was screwing around with my best friend the whole marriage of 12 years. Then I had to find that out and still tell my children, people don't, that's crazy.
Life sucks, man. It's not in our control. That's what
ridiculous.
Awful shit happens, man. It sucks. I know it hurts, and it happens to everybody. Like it's out of your control. You know what I mean? But like, I guarantee you, there's other people who's been through some bad shit too, man. Like, just talking about it, I think helps.
Yeah, and I'm sorry you went through that, Prime. That's terrible. Like it's definitely such a difficult time. But yeah, I mean, I welcome you 100% of the community. It's called the Deconstruction Junction. And if you message one of us, I'll send you the link and stuff, and you can send me a private message and stuff. And yeah, like welcome to the community.
All right. I better get
You're gonna make
going,
a great atheist one day. You're gonna love logic and reason and justice.
Yeah, the Bible makes no sense whatsoever. And I'm trying, like, I even tried to do everything that it was saying, and I just got pushed away more and more every single time I even tried to do anything. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I would encourage you to check out the Humanist Manifestos 1, 2, and 3.
Absolutely.
All right, you have fun. I'm gonna go and do other things.
Okay, brother. Thanks for
Have a good one, man. Thanks for coming up, bud. We appreciate you talking with us. And please get on that Discord. Like, I'm telling you, we're the ones who are actually cool. We don't care what color your hair is. And we don't care where you stick your PP as long as it's consenting as adults. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody gives a fuck about any of that. We all got problems. We all know we all got problems. Might as well just deal with it best we can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always thought it was crazy in church. Like you might have somebody who was a different sexual orientation or different transgender or something. And over time, you would see people in the church trying to change them. I say, why? Why are you trying to change them? Because you think that it's wrong. And I'm like, but there's no evidence that it's wrong.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's when you drop these crazy religious beliefs, one of the first things you start realizing is that all these people with all these differences are just fucking people being people. People got different interests. People got different things. It doesn't mean they worship the devil. So this is good understanding to have. I think anyway. Maybe that's true.
Yeah.
But I went to the NanoCon last July, and I mean it was amazing. Like there's so many different people from every walk of life. I mean, white, black, orange, yellow, any color you can think of. There was all colors of hair there. nobody seemed to give a fuck about any of that. It was just people that wanted to meet other people and say what's up to other people and make new friends, and that's what we did, and it was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to dox myself, but I am the vice president of a humanist chapter in the United States, and it's the greatest community I've experienced in my entire life. And I've been through very, very difficult times with medical things, and the community has been much better than I've ever experienced in 20 years of being Christian.
I can attest to that. I can attest to that. It's pretty amazing when the people aren't just judging you for what you're doing, and it's accepting you for who you are. It's crazy what a difference that makes in the mindset of people. Can you say which organization you're talking about there? Pahalo?
Well, it's the Humanist Society of America, right? A humanist.
Oh, okay. I thought you
American
just said it's a humanist society. I didn't know you was naming it.
Yeah, I'm part of the American Humanist Association.
American Humanist Association. That's cool. Yeah, I'll have to be checking that out too myself.
AHA. Well, you know who is too is a guy named Genetically Modified Skeptic.
Oh, no shit. Yeah.
He's a big time part of our community. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Well, sounds like a amazing place to be. We all got to jump in there, don't we? So, oh, well, I thought we had another person here. Well, dang, I really only got about 13 minutes anyway, so I'm not even sure if it's...
Yeah, I got to head out too because I got things to do. But really good talking to you, brother. Really good chatting and seeing you.
Back at you. Thanks for coming up. Yeah, what a show it's been again today. Like, we had a banger yesterday, had one today. It's been pretty amazing, man.
Yeah, appreciate you so much. Really have an awesome day.
I appreciate you too, man. Thanks for coming up, dog.
You too.
What a great guy that is. Damn, I'm blown away by some of the guests we get up in here. Like, man, Josh Bowen and Philo Dragon and shit. Like, wow. Wow. What a community it is. What a community it is. I wish I could hear better sometime. I wish I didn't have a silly listening there. Outrageous. Later, my dog. We'll catch you later. Rick. You the man, homie. Jennifer. All y'all. We got Jennifer's, we got Jenny's, we got Carb. I appreciate the shit out of everybody. It's been an unbelievable show. I've went up nearly 50 followers this live. Wow, and if that thing's right, I made $12. That's pretty incredible. Oh, wow. Give us some tacos and shit. It's like we get like a number 9 with a supersized number 9 there. Shit. It's pretty amazing. Damn. Taylor, you too. Yeah, I'm about to, I got to jump off. I got to do some stuff today before I head off to work. And I've already, let's see how we been. Yeah, it's already been 3 hours. This is about my normal time I can do without banging my head through the wall anyway. So I got to recoup. Cam, take it easy, buddy. I do this every morning, so I'll be back in the morning. And if you haven't heard, I've got a YouTube channel called The Paul State Ape. Also, if you're just tuning in and you want to hear a replay or stuff we was talking about earlier, you can check out my YouTube channel. Throw me a subscribe over there. I put all the replays up there every day. Hell, that one's growing a little bit too now. That's kind of cool. So these girls won't stop. Oh, shit. That's right. Well, I'll be back in the morning, and feel free to come debate us in the morning if you're a Christian. But anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate everything so much. As always, much love. Y'all can catch the ape